right, welcome everybody, and thank you for coming on this wonderful handy stream. We have just said our goodbyes to Mr. Aloysius and his wonderful playthrough of Mech Stompy destroying goodness of despair and doom. Always love it. We're going to continue on with some Pentiment, and we should be leading a rebellion. A rebellion against the Holy Roman Emperor. Well, mostly you know, the church who's killing the peasants with taxes. Frickin' taxes, man. It just never ends. Death and taxes, they're gonna get you. One or the other. Most likely both. It's gonna be both. It's both. You know it's both. All right, so let's continue on. Enough with the sad tax time. Let's look around here. So I've been giving a lot of thought to who is the bad guy. Uh, so we got the letters, so it has to be someone educated. Since it's someone educated, uh, it must be uh, one of the priests. When we saw the person run by just recently, we know it was someone big, a large fellow. I'm thinking, and here's my thought, is that the only suspect which really fits as the murderer who killed the Baron and the guy who just killed the prior, it has to be Father Thomas. There's just no one else who fits the bill. An educated man who we don't know a whole lot about, but who has all the information on the people's comings and goings. He hears confession. Who's there with all the people, trying to do his best. It has to be. There's just no one else who fits. So Father Thomas is the one who I pegged is the real culprit behind everything. All right, boy. Let's go burn this city down. Oh gosh. Don't don't worry about it. He's the guard, but he's watching us. Shh. Hannah. Hello, Master Mailer. Anything I can do for you? Yes, actually. You were pretty vocal against Otto in the town commons. What was that about? Just what I said then. I don't want anyone to get hurt, especially now. We've already had one death in Tassing. We don't need any more. What about the plight of the peasants? They're dying too. That doesn't explain why you spoke out. Otto never advocated for violence. You're opposed to Otto's ideas, though he spoke against violence. Uh, yeah, let's do a little bit. Otto has an ideology. He didn't see the reality of the situation. The Golden Hand relies on pilgrims and travelers for its business, Andreas. If Otto got his way, everything would be chaos. Swabia is burning as it is. We need the law to live civilized lives. Andreas, what Otto was advocating for scared me. Seems like a strong motive to want Otto out of the way. We're gonna go with that. It's big brain time. Oh shit. That's yeah. Andreas, you're accusing me of killing Otto? No. Don't be absurd. I just grieve the man, but think I could kill him? For what? Look around. Is anything better now that he's dead? Unless there's anything more you need, I won't be abide by this foolishness. No, Hannah, sorry to bother you. Good day to you, Andreas. Well, I didn't know I'd be like accusing her. Just saying like someone has, someone has a motive to kill someone doesn't make them an accusation. God bless you. Killian. Good day to you, Master Mailer. Nico. Master Mailer, is there anything I can do for you? Nico, have you heard anyone here talking about Otto's murder? Not just talking about it, but you know. Yeah, you know. Exactly. Like they had something to do with it? Oh no, I think God remembers something like that. Then again, I try not to drop no eaves on conversation. I don't want to get yelled at or worse. But maybe you could find more luck talking to people. Beer always tends to loosen people's lips. Buy around for everyone and you can have the run of the place. You'll be here a while though. Interesting idea. Maybe later. Until then. Yeah, I don't wanna waste time. Let's do a search. We only have a day. So we have to stop and smell the flowers. Yeah. So we're gonna go talk to my favorite man, Pet the Cat. Uh, we have to talk to um, Smokey. He's our gossip man. He's the man, the myth, the legend. The guy who drops all the eaves, the scenes of the crimes. Smokey. Did you need something, Master Mailer? Have you seen this flower anywhere around Tassing, Smokey? Oh yeah, those little yellow ones grow around Tassing's shrine in the forest. If you're looking for them, try looking around the edge of the shrine. The main path is too dry. Thank you, Smokey. Always happy to help you, Master Mailer. You know what that means. Here's some flowers, Master. Close, but no match to the ones that you found. Let's keep searching. Yes, yes. Da la la la, sign of Saint Marie. Yes, the Booba Shrine. Let's take a look. Master, I see an opening behind these trees. That leads to a deeper area in the forest. Could this be where the mysterious costume figure ran and Otto was murdered? We should see where it leads. It could take a while, though. We'll come back when we have more time. Okay, so that's our lead. We're going to ask some more questions, and we're going to go there. We're going to look around. I think that is our best lead currently. Check out the old salt mine. I didn't know they had the Reddit forums back here. All right, let's go talk to some people. Yeah, we're not going to waste time drinking and smoking. Nope. Let's go in here. I know it's him. It has to be. There's no one else. Father Thomas. Oh, Andreas, what have you come back to? This is awful. Just awful. I should never have allowed Klaus to publish the 12 articles. This is what happens when common people get agitated by reading nonsense. Nonsense? Is that what you think of the 12 articles? What is the alternative? Forbidding them from reading? Nonsense? Is that what you think of the 12 articles? I spoke rashly. There is merit to fundament of the 12 articles, of course. There is even merit in the idea of Martin Luther, but I'm not about to advocate the peasantry read his works. These pamphlets, these books can make people crazed furious. Sister Amelia and I have seen what happens when good people become part of a mob. What do you mean? Before we came to Tassing, I was a priest in the town near Benedictine convent. A Benedictine convent. The town was full of good people. But the good people were whipped into a panic by an educated neighbor, the town doctor. He had read the Malleus Maleficarum. It had put ideas into his head. Longfinger, tell us this. The Malleus Maleficarum, the Hammer of the Witches, a treatise on witchcraft published in Speyer in 1486. Theologians at the University of Cologne condemned the book as unethical and not in line with the Catholic doctrine. Despite this, the book has enjoyed widespread popularity. Thank you, Longfinger. The witch hunting manual? The author was driven out of Innsbruck, wasn't he? Yes, though word of that has not reached our doctor. One thing the book's author and the doctor shared was a contempt for the hatred of women. In the convent, the doctor saw a coven of witches. In Sister Amelia, he saw not a mystic, but a woman possessed by evil spirits, speaking blasphemy. So Sister Amelia is the chick in the little cell in this building. Once again, riots and trouble follow this guy. He is stronger and stronger, my suspicion grows. But surely the local magistrate didn't believe that. No, he did not, but that didn't matter. The doctor inflamed his neighbor's fears. No matter what I did, no matter what I said, it made no difference. Ah, see? They wouldn't listen to reason. They wouldn't have even listened to scripture. In the dead of night, they gathered at the convent and set fire to it. Sister Amelia was lucky to escape with her life. The rest of the nuns were not as fortunate. Once again, who did he kill? He killed the Baron. And who did the Baron have his way with? Some of the nuns. Once again, he's still, even more so, our strongest person. And all this following him, it gives him reason to why he wants to kill Otto because of this misfortune that he's witnessed firsthand. The case is so strong now against him. So I am all too aware of what can happen when the mob forms. I should have known it would happen again, and that's why you killed Otto. This is my fault, yeah? Can't blame yourself for this, Father. Why not? I share more than a small measure of responsibility. You'd think that Otto's death would have shocked the farmers into abandoning a hopeless cause. Yeah, see? It's only inflamed them. Exactly. Do what you can to keep the peasants calm. I'm looking for Otto's killer. I should have never come to this. The abbot should have known he was playing with fire. Yeah. The abbot should have known he was playing with fire. And what about Otto and Peter? What about Klaus? Shouldn't they have known? Peasants are being butchered all over Swabia. I just want this to stop before it gets any worse. ... I suppose there's no good fretting about what's already happened. I have to minister to the people of the town as best I can, given the circumstances, and pray for the best. Speaking of which, I need to hear confessions for the townfolk. It's a passing tradition after St. John's Eve in case they got up to any mischief that can't wait until Easter. I have to give priorities to the locals, of course, but if you want to wait a few hours, I can hear you. You don't have to, of course, but I would remiss if I didn't offer. Not right now, Father, but thank you. Of course. Father Thomas. He is our bad boy. I just know it. Let's talk to some more people. Cat, explain why you saw someone get murdered.
Oh, good day to see Andres.
Hello, Cat.
Martin seems different from how I remember him. What changed?
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was still gone by the time you left Tassing. He returned several weeks later. He always did. Like he always did.
Was it his travel or time that had changed him?
Only God knows for the truth of the man's heart, but I suspect the challenges he faced on the road improved his memories of home. He hasn't stolen anything or run off in years. Surely the Lord provides for his faithful.
He and Otto were arguing the other day, though. Did you know why?
Were they? I'm sorry, Andreas, but I don't know anything about that. Martin supports Otto in the cause against the abbot's taxes. They didn't have any cause to fight.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Yeah.
Uh, I don't know, Kat. Their argument was quite heated. Would Martin have any reason to hurt Otto? Of course not. They'd become close friends over these past few years, like brothers.
Even brothers quarrel. Dot dot dot.
After Franz died, God blessed me by returning my son to me healed of his darkness. We should be giving that thanks to the Lord led Martin to the light.
Frowned thoughtfully.
Trust me, Andreas, I know my own son. Martin would never do us such a thing.
Thank you for talking with me, Kat.
Thank you for hearing me out.
Till later, Andreas. Until then. Yeah, I don't think Martin's a douche, but I don't think he's a killer.
Hello, Andreas.
All right, Brigida.
Hello, Andreas.
Could you spare a moment? Brigiffa. Brigida.
I suppose. What do you need?
It was so strange seeing Martin.
What do you mean?
It seems like he came back from his travels a changed man.
For the better, yes. For all the grief he gave me, we're happy now. Is that so bad?
No, of course not. He did get into an argument with Otto when I was coming to town, though. What happened there?
Why all the questions about my husband, Andreas?
I'm trying to catch up on everything that's happened. They seem really defensive. I'm gonna just... Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna lie.
You're a poor liar, said.
Yeah. I'm looking for any reason someone might want it. Otto was pressuring Martin into supporting him in the town commons, Andreas. Oh, Martin has changed, but his history in this town is remembered.
He doesn't want to cause more trouble. He didn't want to speak in the commons because he's afraid of the abbot.
They squabbled over it, that's all. Otto threatened Martin if he didn't cooperate. What was your husband so afraid of? Otto knew. Yeah, I lied, son of a bitch. Help me understand the truth, Brigida.
Martin does have a secret, I'll tell you.
Among us.
My Martin never came back. He died on the road.
What?
The man who came back is Jobst Farber. He traveled with my husband, and when Martin died, he took my husband's place.
Oh shit. Martin's dead.
They look alike. No one even noticed. Jobst has been a better husband than Martin ever was. He had a rough past, but he's a changed man. He saved the farm and our family. He works hard and lets me spend as much time with Veronica as I want. He's a miracle I never expected to have. I don't know how Otto found out, but I'm not surprised he held it over Jobst to get his way. That wasn't fair of Otto, but Jobst would kill Otto over it.
If anyone finds out he's impersonating Martin, he could face criminal charge.
One far less severe than murder.
Please, Andreas, I'm pregnant with his child. He's a good man. Leave us out of this. Honestly, I believe him. Jobs has really no reason, and I'm just Martin the asshole's dead and gone. I don't think his replacement's going to be the murderer. Come on. The old crone, let's talk. Wow. So Morgan Blower is subscribed for 13 months. That's amazing. Thank you, my man. Unlucky 13 pants. Well, you know what they say when someone shits your pants, it's all. Oh, hey, one second. Let me do this. I meant to do this with aloe. Um, Show me, yay. There you go. I shared with my own Twitch Prime because I totally forgot.
Andreas, good. Enjoy the bonfire.
Up until the murder, I suppose.
Hmm, they only seem to happen when you're here.
She has a point.
What are you doing back here, anyway?
I came to pay my respects to Brother Piero.
Why, he can't hear you. He's gone.
Seems like a strange response for a woman who made a shrine to her dead husband.
I don't think he can hear me, idiot. It's for me. I'm not going to spend my few remaining years in this earth moaning over his grave.
How's life been alone on the farm?
Fine, thanks to you. Joe and Bauer rent some of my land, but Martin rents more. I'm able to tend my own peace. It's not easy, but nothing at my age. But nothing is at my age.
Yeah, I don't think she's. I was hoping she'd have some information. Wow, we've found all sorts of. All right, Veronica, Hetty, Hans, Joan, Johann, Andreas. You and me need to talk. All right, what's on your mind? Why are you helping the abbot? You know what he's been doing to our families? Father Gurnot may not be able to get a fair trial, but someone should defend him. I don't want the library to go up in flames, get a Peter's blind rage. He may not be able to get a fair trial, but someone should defend him, yeah. Why does it have to be you? You live down here, you know what he's like. He hasn't been easy these past 7 years, yeah? You've been gone. I understand your anger towards the abbot, but the monks don't deserve to die. Do you really think burning down the abbey will make things better? I don't know. But if the abbot doesn't care about what happens to us, maybe we need to hurt something he does care about. That's a dangerous gamble, Johann. The Duke's soldiers could easily raise all of Tasting if you do anything drastic. Burning the abbey isn't going to accomplish anything. You may be right, but I don't know what else to do. Do what you have to do, Mailer. Oh, I will. Going to the Gartners now. Oh, run! Peter!
Hello, Andreas.
Big Jorg.
Hello, Andreas.
Clara. Okay. Ursula. Ill Peter. Fuck. Nobody wants to talk. Fine, to the comments. Andrus.
Andreas, how did you get caught up in another murder?
I'm not trying to do it, I swear. Maybe God wants me to solve murders instead of making art.
Seems like a bad way to put food on the table, but maybe you're right. Listen, Andreas, I can't talk any sense into Peter. I understand he's angry. We're all angry, but threatening the abbot. Burning down the abbey, the Duke's soldier will tear the town apart.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, is this character's name Florian Gare? I don't believe so. I'm doing what I can, Andrus.
Thank you. I know Peter is mostly Buster, but I'm just worried. Worried for all of us.
I understand. I'll talk to you later, Andrus.
Until then.
Till death do us part. Hmm. The Zimmerman. Eva. Oh, Andreas. I'm so sorry, Eva. I knew something like this would happen. He believed in what he was doing. I know he's doing the right thing, but Andreas, I was so scared. I don't know what I'm going to do now. It's hard to deal with death that's so sudden. I don't remember my mother. She was gone before I ever knew her. And no, it's Longfinger. Oh, the baby little potato is hot. Is never going to know his father. I'm sorry, Andreas. I'm just so tired. It's all right. Maybe we could come back later and share a meal together. Yes, I think that would help later then. Until then. Is anyone else here? No? Yes? Shazbot. Church and the Druckers. Central Town. The Steiner House. Agnes.
Andreas, I can't talk right now. I need to watch over Rachel.
Yeah. Sorry. She's just a queef out a baby. I get it. I will go do other things. I'll solve the murder.
The murder. Ulrich. Andreas, it seems you're in the thick of another mystery again.
It's not by my choosing, I swear.
It's good of you to take it on. In any case, we need your help. The peasants are angry. Even if what you and Caspar said about the habit makes sense, they don't want to hear it. It's too easy to blame Father Gurno for Otto's murder.
Did you know anything about who might have killed Otto?
Andreas, if I knew anything, I'd tell you. I'd tell Peter. I am critical of the abbot, but still love the man. I still love all the brothers and sisters at Curacao. I don't want to see them armed any more than you do. If I see or hear anything that could be helpful, you'll be the first person I tell.
Thank you, Ulrich.
It's the least I can do. Keep faith, Andreas. Trust in Providence. We're all in God's hands.
Gret. Anna. Damn it. Alright. To Northtown.
The scene of the crime.
Werner. Him and his fucking wall chairs. Disgusting, man.
Balthazar.
Greetings, Andreas. You have arrived at the ideal moment. All right, less than ideal, considering Otto's recent death.
It's a great tragedy. It took place right outside your house. You truly didn't catch anything that'd be useful to the investigation?
Alas, as I said, Werner and Leonhardt and I were engaged in a stimulating debate when I heard the crash outside. I only saw a figure flee, but unfortunately I have not useful details on who it may have been. I hope you find a lead, for I have severe doubts about the involvement of the abbot in the gruesome affair. Meanwhile, I am drawing close to the final design of my latest invention. As such, I would very much like to hear your thoughts on it. Of course, you asked me to come share ideas. Splendid, I have been devising something most unique. Come. At present, we have a problem. The peasants suffer under harsh conditions. Do you agree? That's what I've been saying. I'm not that certain, though. Life isn't easy for it. They do not have it easy, no. They toil constantly, but achieve little over bare substance. They are then taxed heavily. The peasants grow angrier, hence the nascent troubles all across the lands. It is a dangerous time. So I have devised a tool to lessen their drudgery. Here, take a look at the schematic. Behold the plow in front of the automaton man or beast. It matters little dragging the plow behind it. Have you seen any artificial people before? The most complex mechanism I've seen is the Orlog in Prague, but sadly it wasn't functional during my visit. I've seen the Moor shepherds who strike the bell and carousel of automated magi at the Plaza San Marco clock in Venice. I've looked through the bell forest in Konrad Kaiser's. It came some curious sketches of inventions. Oh man, these are all good choices. I mean, I'm leaning towards the book because that's kind of like what he's shooting for. It's one of those situations where I could wish I could say all of them. I'm like, well, I've seen lots of shit, and here's all of it. We're gonna go with the book choice though. Ah, an elaborate work. It is meticulous in its depictions of warfare, though I personally am not so keen on the matter. So you understand of which I speak, the intricacies of machinery. Gears within gears, symmetric coils turning a shaft system that leads to the gearing mechanism. Controls that are quite complex but allow for it to follow a predetermined path. It toils so the peasants does not have to. Wouldn't it be easier without the figure in front? Move only the plow itself? Isn't this similar to Leonardo's self-propelled cart? I may have seen it in a manuscript. Wouldn't it be easier without the figure in front? Move only the plow itself. Hmm. I feel like this is kind of one-upping him, but this one is like offering a helpful suggestion. Let's do big brain. No, no, it is the polar that is important to hold and fix the weight down of the plow. The universe reveals itself through the minute intricacies of clockwork. There are still a few imperfections to work out, but I can feel I am on the correct path. Tell me, Andreas, what do you think? Be truthful. There can be no progress without truth. It is difficult to see how the effort required to make them and maintain this device would be less than plowing with a human and animal labor. Dot dot dot. I am on the fool's errand, am I not? It is what my father would have said as well. I fear I am a disappointment. Oh, is that why you decided to stay in Tasting instead of returning home? It was part of it, yes. I could not face my father after my travels. Why did you leave it in the first place? I had to prove to myself, to my father, I suppose, and maybe maybe my father had attempted to arrange me a marriage. I did not feel ready. It is not so bad once you get used to it. It is a commitment that causes me trepidation even to this day. In any case, there is so much more I have to learn. My inventions have not been as successful as I would have liked. Perhaps it's because you're lacking the correct frame of mind? What do you mean? If your inventions so far amount to little, you must change your approach. Doing the same thing over and over will only yield the same results. What is the result and direction I am searching for? That is what I cannot solve.
bigger, Baltus. Reach higher. You must have more ambition, a lofty goal. Consider the aesthetics looking for substance that emerges from the harmony of paints. Have you tried military applications as Leonardo did? He invented many weapons. He doesn't have, he's not really into weapons. And he doesn't seem like much of a painter. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards one myself, Silicon Soul. Yeah, let's go with one. I fear ambition insofar has been my shortfall. I reach for more than I can attain. But I thank you, Andreas. I invited you to exchange thoughts, and you have proven most valuable. This conversation has given me much to consider. But now I guess I must return to work. Good luck, Baltus. Until later. He's totally gonna fail. Let's get out of here. All right. Now let's. Oh wait. Sniff the flower. Sniffy, sniffy. Yeah, not the flower we're looking for. All right, let's go up to the meadow. The meadow. The meadow. The meadow. Let's go talk to the people at the mill, see if they've seen anything. I don't think they will have. Else. Bless you, Master Mailer. Martha. Anton. Helena. Nobody. Nobody wants to talk to me. Go to the Miller house. Yeah, we'll pet the dog. And the next year, he patented the steampunk combine harvester. And then it got suppressed by the church because they didn't want the peasants being out of work. Idle hands and such. Andreas, it appears you're caught up in another murder again. Haha. Quite unfortunate timing for you. Quite fortunate for you, given your meal with Baltus and Dr. Stultz. Baltus. Yes, Longfinger Baltus. You too, Andreas. I understand Peter thinking the worst of me, but why would I kill Otto? Why would I kill Eva's husband? What does Otto being Ava's husband have anything to do with it? Well, I mean, she's one of the only decent peasants in Tassing, and she married up. A carpenter is more respectable than a farmer. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that even if I disagree with Otto, I wouldn't kill him. If you say so. I do. In any case, if you get tired of investigating, my door's open. If you'd like to join my family for a meal or see the mountains, just let me know. See the mountains? Yes, for a brief hunt. Hunt? Yes, for deer. I might be able to help you get some perspective on the situation. I'm too busy at the moment. Maybe some other time. If you change your mind, just say the word. I'll make the arrangements. A hunt, huh? There we go, Paul. Mueller. Is it Mueller? Mume. Mumi. Moo. Unfortunately, I have a horrible American pronunciation, and so I'd actually have to hear it pronounced for me to properly give it the oral treatment it deserves. Mew. Moo. Moo. Mew. 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 Yeah, Mew. Yes, kitty. Mew. Alright, we're here to investigate. We're gonna go shit in the old Abbott's house. Yeah, we're gonna shit up here. Mueller. Holy shit. The peasants had a right old time here. Oh shit, I was worried about you, Mirabellus. Mueller. Ferris Mueller. Good boy.
Yes, good boy. Hmm. Bueller? Bueller. Yeah, Bueller. Go to the kitchen. Anything down here? Just the kitty we fed? Yeah, Ferris Bueller. It's his day off, you know. The refectory. Okay. Back to the garden. Go to the chapter house. Hup, 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 hup. The cloister, then the oyster. Nothing. We gotta search this whole place. Leave no stone unchurned. No turned unstoned. Go to the laboratorium. Yay, welcome. We're searching for our murderer here. Refectory. Dormitory. Looking for some... Oh, Bailey. Check out the scriptorum. Oh shit. Fabian. Go as you please, Andreas, but stay out of the library. Peter's orders. Okay. Sep. Yep, okay. What's this? Except... Oh wait, what's this? Are those lemons and a penknife? That's strange. What would he use here for lemons at the workstation? Ah, so, if you didn't know, back in the day, what did they use lemons for with parchment? I'll tell you, secret messages. That's absolutely right, 527555555. Lemons were used to, the acid would react with certain inks, and then it would basically become disappearing, reappearing ink. And I have no way to fucking interact with it, but I know that. Damn it. Just fives if you don't mind. Oh, sure. 275s. Maybe I can try and talk to him? No. Alright, well, go to the church. Let's go talk to Carl. To the tower? Nothing in the tower. Let's go to the crypt. Ooh, what the? Never, not even a crypt was spared from the looting. Haha, yeah, they don't know about the secret way into the library. Hey, Dick.
Ah, who is there? Is it you, Lord, come to claim my soul?
It's Andreas, Brother Adok.
Ah, Andreas, dear boy.
You don't look so good.
I have been better. The escape to the library winded me. I feel aches, a heavy heart, but it will pass if God wills it.
I wanted to ask you of the presence you mentioned earlier. Surely you can see the situation has changed drastically. If this presence wanted things to remain as they were, this has clearly failed.
Andreas, do not think of this. It is not the time. For sure the brothers, the sisters are well.
Adok, this is more important.
Life is sacred. I must rest.
Keep holding on, Brother Adok. Fucking you secret keeping little shit. Give up your information! Varric. Gurno. Guy, we have words.
Andreas?
Brother Guy.
It seems like it would be quite a risk for you to come through the crypt to see us. Shouldn't you be out trying to prove that someone killed Otto? Someone who isn't the abbot? Just because it wasn't the abbot doesn't mean it wasn't one of the monks. Of course it wasn't. What reason would any of us have to risk killing Otto?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, don't think too hard. Do you need anything else? Nothing right now. Then God bless you, Andreas. Until later.
Fucking goddamn! Ask him the lemons! The lemons! Master Mailer?
Andreas Mailer, I am as always glad to see you, but surely you have put yourself at risk by sneaking in here. You cannot keep yourself out of danger and trouble, can you?
It seems I have a knack for it.
May God watch over you and grant safe passage through harm.
Still, I must ask, why have you come to the library?
I wanted to see how you're all holding up.
We are not out of danger, if that is what you've in mind. The peasants are on edge, and we are stuck.
You fear they truly want more violence? It's all for show. They wouldn't dare go further.
You may not be trained soldiers, but
They may not be trained soldiers, but it does not take much military acumen to burn down a building full of books. If they hurt the abbot or damage the abbey, the Duke's armies will not show leniency.
believe me, a direct confrontation with real soldiers will end in a slaughter.
You have said much about the peasants, but what of you and your brothers?
Oh, I'm well, Andreas. I have been through worse. The Battle of the Cosmin, the Siege of Dornet Castle, death and suffering. Too much of that, perhaps, for a young mind. Long enough ago by now, hear others who hold my attention. I worry about Folkberg and Rutger. They are gentle people who are not able to withstand this terror of violence. But I am especially worried about Adek.
I tried talking to him. He didn't look good.
He is old and frail, and his health has grown worse since we fled here. He remarks of pains at the chest. I am cut off from my tools, and were it not so, I am unsure of what might help against his affliction. Perhaps Sylvia Salvich or Paparov Somnifer?
I wish I could help, but I have to solve Otto's murder.
Understandable, but if you have a moment, we would avoid more deaths this night.
Asking Sister Gertrude might be the most prudent in this case. She knows the plants best. Be safe, Andreas, as well, Brother Florian.
I'll try.
Lucas, Volkberg.
No.
Volkberg's going to be all right.
How can you know that, Lucas?
Trust in Providence, brother. The Lord guides us through Gethsemane.
They're going to hunt us.
They won't. Look, Andreas is here. He will help.
Yes, Lucas Folkbert. Yes, I'll help any way I can.
It's all looking better already. Volkberth, Lord God has sent us a mediator.
I don't want to die.
You're not going to.
We all will. No, please.
Volkbert, peace and calm. Think of the heavenly realms above us where angels sing in the praise of our Lord every day.
Will I join them if I die?
We all join the choir, one day. But you won't die here, Volkberg. Listen to Andreas. He will help us. Stay safe, brothers. I'll try and go solve this mess before anyone else gets hurt. God bless you.
God save us.
Tell me about the fucking lemons! The lemons! God bless you. Also, Trochten hat försalt Sankte Peter gymnalt. Dasser mackiner sig imo digentiman. Kvir Elsilven Creste Elysium. Keep listening. Habt åt mitt unortum Himmlerix protum. Brother, what are you whispering? It is the old song from the home, Andreas. I think it soothes him. Dar in match ex skirin de ulier nerian. Kyrie Elysium Christe Elysium. I like it. A song meant for times of need, and I believe we are in need of this time. I worry about Brother Rutger. He has been deep in prayer ever since we fled into the library. All this violence and strife does not conform with his gentle soul. Don't worry, Brother Yetger. We'll be alright. You'll find out who killed Otto, won't you? Yes, we know who Otto is. I have to. There's too much at stake. See? I told you. Kyrie eleison, Christe eleison. Brother Rutger, why don't you sing for the others to hear? The others? Yes, all your brothers. You're the cantor. Yours is the voice that leads them. Cantor. Cantor, appointed official in the monastery responsible for leading the chants and songs of the community. I don't know. You can do it! I believe in you, and Matthias believes in you. We all do. Alright, I suppose I can try.
Wheeze.
Sancte Petre Gewalt, dass mag in Elian, semodingen den Mann, Kyrie eleison, Christe eleison, Kyrie eleison, Christe eleison.
Absolutely lovely. See? Better already. Waslav, speak! Hello, Brother Waslav. Do you have a moment?
Of course, Andreas, what do you need?
I was hoping to seek your guidance about who may have killed Otto.
I don't know how much I can help you, Andreas. I'm afraid I didn't concern myself too much with Tassing's troubles.
Surely you can cross something Otto did that made someone angry.
Otto was not always an easy man to get along with. He's clashed with several brothers here over the years.
Anything recently?
Let me think.
Several of the brothers were upset when he defamed Father Gernot, revealed the Abbey's financial records. Gernot mentioned Guy did the record keeping for the Abbey. Was he the most upset?
Andreas, I shouldn't bring up the Abbey's concern to outsiders.
Oh, nice, we convinced him. Please, Brother Waslav, any information you can give can help stop further violence. I did see Brother Guy rooting around in that abattoir the other day. Long Finger! A slaughterhouse. He was startled when I questioned him, but he was already on edge about Otto's demands then, no wonder. I know that Brother Guy and Otto never got along, but Brother Guy was never been a violent man. I wonder if there's something else going on. Maybe I should talk to Brother Guy. Please be careful, Andreas. There's already enough strife in Tassing. We don't need any more. I thank you, Brother Waslav. God bless you, Andreas. All right, investigate the abattoir. We'll be back. We'll talk later, Guy, when I have evidence. Voxel Forge, what up? What strife are we brewing? We are brewing all sorts of strife. We have a lead. We have to go to the abattoir, which is in the... Oh shit. Oh no, the peasants looted everything in here too. Oh no, the carburum, the turbuncle, long figure, ciborium, a cup or other vessel for the holy host to sit within before and after Eucharist, typically made of precious metal. Tabernacle holds the holiest host in a locked and secure box between services of the Eucharist, God's holy place. This may be more difficult than I thought. We should look around to see if there's anything left. I don't see anything, Master. Oh, look, a journal! It might be Guy's ledger. Let's take a look. I don't understand any of it. Let me take a look at these entries. Abby's income, mostly donations from pilgrims. It's not much. Well, what am I... These to Abby's expenses. Some of these numbers are awfully high. Wait a minute. I think I see now. Guy is using double bookkeeping, a difficult type of accounting to understand. The Abbey is struggling to make ends meet, but the accounts seem to balance out. What the fuck does that mean? Is there anything else? I don't... What am I... Oh, this page is not part of the ledger. It's a sheet of parchment with a few notes, but why was it tucked away in this ledger like this? Hang on. Those lemons we found on his desk. I wonder if he used lemon juice to write an invisible message. Oh, I think I do smell lemons on the parchment. Casper, bring me the candle. Ever there. Hold the page above the fire. We might find something. Shit, I see it. Oh. I don't see anything. I see it. What the fuck you talking about? Oh, I see. You actually have to burn it a little bit. Yeah, man, this is a lot harder than I thought. Come on. Stay on target. Oh my, Guy was stealing from the Abbey. In March alone, he stole almost 7 florins worth of funds. That's as much as my father makes in months. He's sending it to the account of an Augsburger man who is depositing it in the Fuggers. If Otto knew about this, Guy would certainly have motivation to silence him. At the very least, it's evidence that we can show Guy sending skimmed money to a proxy account in Augsburg. Shit. Let's go talk to Guy. Fuggers. No, it's Fuggers. It's totally Fuggers. It's Fuggered up. Again, Andreas? What is it this time? I need to talk to you about Otto's murder. Oh, I'll help in any way I can. I know about the money you're stealing from the Abbey.
Keep your voice down! Where did you hear that? I'm asking the questions. Do go on. Never mind. Apologies.
Okay. I mean, God bless you, Andreas. Has anything new come to light in the investigation of Otto's death? I must speak to you urgently about Brother Guy. Now is really not the time to discuss the enmity between you, Andreas. I know you don't care for each other, but it's hardly appropriate. Guy's been stealing from the Abbey. Pardon me? I must have not heard you right. He's been obscurate in the ledger, but the evidence is there. In March alone, he stole almost 7 florins worth of funds and sent it to Fuggers. Here's Longfinger Fuggers, a prominent, extremely wealthy banking family in Augsburg. They held business interests throughout the free imperial cities and a monopoly on the European copper market in Augsburg.
My God! That can't be.
How did you learn this? I found a receipt in the back of the Abbey's ledger written in lemon juice. If Otto somehow knew about this, you can't think Brother Guy would have killed him. He might. He's never much liked the peasants, but murder? I don't think violence of this kind is his nature. I know his heart. You couldn't have made a mistake, are you certain? These are not the kinds of mistakes I make. No, I suppose not. It never ends, does it? These times are so dark, Andreas, even with the Lord's light to guide us. I do not know how we'll go on when this is through. Sigh. There's little I can do about this now, but should we survive the coming days, the consequences for Brother Guy's will be dire. I'm sorry this came to light in the way it did. Whatever you think of me and my intentions, I do care about Curacao. We have not always seen eye to eye, but I have never doubted your care for this place. In that, at least, we are aligned. One final thing, have you spoken with him about this? No, not yet. So, he doesn't know he's been found out? Very well. Go with God, now more than ever. You as well, Father Gurnell. Alright, now we're gonna go follow the flowers. I think I've gotten everything I can. I've spoken to all the people. I don't think there's anything else here I can... Oh, I need to talk to... Let's go to the shrine, and we're going to see if we can talk to the sisters at all. Sisters! To the convent! Da-la-la-la-lan! Sophie! God bless you, Master Mailer. God bless you, Sister Sophie. It's good to see you again, 'cause you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, my lady. And you, Master Mailer.
garden looks spectacular. You've taken such good care of it.
I know it's been some time, Master Mailer, but I must remind you of my vows. I cannot speak with men.
Ah, right. Forgive me, sister.
God bless you, Master Mailer.
Lisbeth?
God bless you, Master Mailer. God bless you, sister.
How are you faring?
Mother Illuminata is grieved to hear about Otto's death, as am I. The Lord granted me the gift of knowledge and grief, so I will help the sister how I can.
A heavy burden to carry.
Not so, Master Mailer. It was by my losses that I found this life. As Christ said, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Now I can guide the sisters in their grief.
Well, I pray your counsel soothes their spirits.
As do I, Master Mailer. God bless you.
And you, sister.
Okay.
Luminata! Alright, fine. Don't talk to me. Matilda?
God bless you, Master Mailer.
God bless you, Sister Matilda.
I wanted to thank you, Master Mailer.
I don't recall doing anything worthy of thanks, sister.
You understand that despite what happened to me at the hands of the Baron, you did not condemn me. I appreciate that.
The Archdeacon surveyed the evidence. I merely spoke the truth as I saw it.
Yes, well, the entire event was a tragedy. I did not expect to see you again. I am glad the Lord gave me a chance to thank you properly. I ought to get back to work. God bless you.
And you, sister? Marguerite!
God bless you, Master Mailer.
Hello, Sister Marguerite.
Sister Gertrude says one of the townsfolk was killed. What happened?
Otto Zimmerman of the town carpenter was crushed by a part of the construction at the Rothus.
Oh no. I heard some of the sisters saying it was a murder and the peasants chased the monks into the library. Sister Zenita even said they're accusing Father Abbot. Is that true, Master Mailer?
Yes, but it couldn't have been the abbot. I'm trying to find who the killer really is.
I pray you do, Master Mailer. Everyone's getting scared. I heard Sister Sophie last night crying. Mother Illuminata says God will preserve us, but everything just keeps getting worse. Maybe the Lord is punishing the Abbey.
Why would God want to punish Curacao, sister?
I don't think the Abbot should treat the peasants so harshly, but I don't know what to think anymore.
Has anything else happened in the convent recently?
Well, a man ran into me when I was washing lettuce in the herb, but a few days ago.
Is that so strange?
Yes, even in a joint monastery, the sisters and brothers' quarters are separated. He should have been in the church since it was almost vespers.
Who was it, sister? Can you describe him?
I can do my best, even though the hut was dark. I knew it was a man because the figure was taller than any of the sisters, and he grunted when he bumped into me.
Could it be one of our suspects, Master?
Perhaps.
Did you recognize his voice?
No, he didn't say anything, but I felt the texture of one of the habits when he bumped into me. His skin was softer too, and he was knocked back when we collided. He grabbed me and moved me out of the way. No beard either. What would a brother be doing in the herbal hut? I don't know. He startled me, but it was in the hour. But it was in and out of the hut before I could call out, bang things around too. I think it was on one of your younger brothers. I think it was one of the younger brothers. The rest aren't light on their feet. I can hear them shuffling all the way across the garden. That still leaves a few suspects. Brother Lucas, Brother Guy fit that description, as does the abbot. But the abbot has his own house. Why would he be doing sneaking around the herb hut? You're right. Father Gernot would just order one of the brothers to get something for him anyway. Master Mailer. How cheeky. Ha ha. That leaves Lucas or Guy. If I may, Master Mailer. Yes, Sister Marguerite? Brother Lucas and I are friends. I don't think he would hide from me. That leaves Brother Guy. Guy is young and fast enough to be in and out in a flash. But Sister Marguerite, what was he doing here? I don't know, Master Mailer. I couldn't tell what he was doing or if he took anything. By the time I realized what happened, Sister Sophie came and got me for supper. I see, what a peculiar occurrence. I thought it strange, especially since it was close to evening prayers. I might be able to help you identify which herb jars he grabbed. We should get to the blessing first. We should get her blessing, though. She's stickler about her herbs. Would you help me find her? Of course, sister. Sister Gertrude, may I take Master Mailer into the herb hut? We're looking for anything the man might have left behind. Ah, you're mystery intruder. Why are you so interested, Andreas? We think Brother Guy was rooting around. He may have left something we'd like to double check. I'd like to see if whoever left anything behind may have been connected to Otto's murder. Very well. I'd prefer you not to just open up every jar, however. Some of the herbs will need to remain sealed. Then how are we supposed to figure out if he left anything? I know the jars by sound. If you gently shake them, Master Mailer, I should be able to tell you which ones he opened up and I came in. I know he used 3 or 4 jars. Once we find all 3, we can figure out which is the last one he opened. Alright, that sounds reasonable. This way then. It's a jar game! What's this one? Dill. Very good with cows are ill, but a bit much for us unless cooked. No, it was something different. No, it was something different. Don't spill that one. I just made a new batch of hydromel. It's very full. We use it as a base for many remedies, so I'm thinking making more. It's fun to drink too. Much nicer than wine we had for at supper. No, it was something else. Some choose to use mandrake for evil arts, but these have all been cleansed. Only Sister Gertrude handles the mandrakes. And with good reason too. I only use them for pains, and that can be rid of any other way. No, it was something else. You'll like this one, Andreas. It's woad. Oh, that creates the most exquisite blue ink. I didn't realize you grew it here. We have a small supply, not for the ink, though. Brother Adok can't hold his quill as steadily as once he could. I make an ointment with woad that helps his palsy. No, there's something else. Oh, Bethany, I'm surprised that herb is among your jars, sister. You know its uses, Andreas? I've read of its ability in darker matters, that's why I'm surprised to see it here. Better safe in the convent here rather than have the Agnes try to use it without holy water nearby. I keep a jar because it can be a good remedy against such magics when used correctly. Ah yes, that reminds me I'll need to make some more Timthal salve soon. I'm not familiar with this herb. Ha! I'm not surprised. You're a healthy man, Andreas. Uh, Timthal is used for gout and arthritis and memory problems. Father Thomas comes to get some for Sister Amelia every now and then. Yes, definitely picked that one up. Nope. Oh yes, I need to take that jar up to the Abbey. What is it? An ointment for Prior Fenric made with Dorth. Oh, that one. It's for his scabies. I'm always making it. He used a lot of it. Bibbas. Ah, mugwort. Brother Matthaio has a soft stomach, so we often make quite a bit of cakes for him. No, it was something else. Ah, cinefoil, five-leafed. Yes, that's how the plant gets its name. I keep it as a paste and flour and oil to break fevers. Nope, something different. Careful not to open the nettle, Andreas. Nettle? That stuff stings. Why keep in a jar of it? I wouldn't be surprised if you've eaten it yourself, Caspar. The dried leaves lose their sting. Whenever the horses are unwell, we mix nettle with lovage, and they're right as rain the next day. That one's so small. That one holds poppy seeds. The seeds are potent when eaten to induce sleep, so we don't use them very often. I remember eating some before my eye surgery. I was woozy for a long time afterwards. Pungo. Ah, brook lime, very useful against poisons. It purges the stomach so that the bad humors have no place to rest in the body. Ringula. No, that's something different. You have so much of that one. We need a lot of calendula to tend to so many people. Its juice can expel most bad humors. Pounding that juice makes my hands sticky. Stickiness can be washed away, Sister Marguerite.
Wornswort.
Woundwort? I remember the physician laying these leaves on my brother when he had smallpox. Yes, that is one of the more common uses for woundwort. It dries the humors back into the body no matter how they arrive on the skin. Yes, definitely pick that one up. I can smell that one from here. Oh, that's the licorice root. Sometimes it overpowers the other herbs nearby, and I can't identify them by scent. No, it was definitely something different. Ah yes, lungwort, a very useful herb. Sister Elizabeth once came down with humor so terrible she could barely breathe, but when Sister Gertrude gave her wine with lungwort, her cough got better. Praise God. Oh wait, nope. Boop, boop, boop. Yep, yep. Didn't mean to click on it again. Yes, definitely pick that one. Master Mailer, please shake each jar in the order. I will tell you if it makes the right sound. Yes, that was the first jar. Alright, so what makes that? Wonderful. It seems like it's all still sealed. Let's see what's inside. Oh my.
Nani?
What is that? That's a lot of money. I wonder if this has anything to do with what Brother Wolfsov mentioned about Guy digging around the abattoir. Either way, Brother Guy was definitely hiding money from the Abbey. Oh dear, I should inform Mother Illumina about this. Sister Gertrude, please wait. If he killed Otto, I don't want to put anyone else in danger for confronting him. All right, I'll give the purse to Mother Lama to hold on to. Thank you, Sister Gertrude. God bless you both. Good, we recovered the money. Maybe that'll help the peasantry.
Zadina!
Greetings, Master Mailer. No. I wanted to talk to you, Zadina. All right, now we can go to the flower garden.
Oh, wait. We still need to go to the cloister. Because we need to go to, not the chapter house, the large garden, the animal pens. Because the abattoir. A book. Why would there be a book left out here? It's been left open. I wonder who is reading this. I wonder which work it is. Oh God, this looks like a book of exorcism and occultism. Whatever this text was for, it certainly has no place in the abbey. One ring to rule them all. There's a loose page here. Muriel Otto. Otto's name is in the middle of the summoning circle, but why? Orith, Pinel, Ostel, Tribord, Northri, Belfirth, Camroy, Astaroth, Zamarone, Sismel. These are names of demons. This is a powerful ritual. Le boson de son hurislen serie por bogi. Interesting. Necromancy and economics. They just go hand in hand. You know, when you just try and go and, you just need a little money to raise a family. Yeah, it's just free labor. Well, it's not free. It costs a little bit of onyx. Alright, now we're going to go investigate the flowers. To the forest. What kind of wrestling we're talking about here? The best kind of wrestling. Nymphaeum. Alright, we're going in. Let's get going. Oh shit. Shit. Nudie. What are these buildings? What is this place? It's some kind of Roman ruin, like the aqueduct in the meadow. Look, Master Andreas, the flowers! Ah, finally, maybe we'll find something useful after all. Let's look around. Keep your eyes peeled. A Roman depiction of a nymph. There's an inscription underneath that's probably a dedication. The Romans believed that keeping the nymph in the spring happy would ensure their water stayed fresh. The cistern must have doubled as their temple. A lot of these flowers are growing here. I didn't expect to see any Latin inside an aqueduct. This Latin is carved sloppily onto the stone. That's odd. It says, Romans, go home! Is that what it looks like, Master Andreas? Yes, the costume killer was wearing when they ran past us. So much for finding it in the home of the killer. Well, perhaps there's a clue inside. When Florin examined the coat of Baron Rothko, we found... I have you, Master Andreas.
Casper, go get help!
I won't let you fall. Fly, you fool! It's not a long drop, just get someone to bring a rope. I can't abandon you, Master Mailer! Bringing me a rope isn't abandoning me. I suppose that's true. Ah!
God damn it, Bobby. What have I told you now, boy?
Well, we're all wet, but I don't think I hurt anything. I guess that wasn't really a long fall. The important thing is that you aren't hurt. Let's focus on getting out of here. Yes, that's what I said. That's why I wanted you to get a rope. Oh, right. I'm sorry, Master Mailer. It's too late for an apology. Next time I tell you to do something, listen to me. Now then, let us get out of here this mess you put us in. Of course, Master. I wish I had a little more light down here. I can't see anything, can you? I'm going to look around and see if I can find any way out. Ah, yes, a sodden stick with a sodden... Wonderful. Wait, the boy might have it! Holy shit, Caspar! You're not useless! Does this work? I'm actually legitimately impressed. I just remember how flammable these brush rags are. Why were you carrying around the flint and steel? Well, you never know when you might need some fire. Clearly true. What is this place? A cistern. It must collect water from the spring. It feeds it into the aqueduct. The aqueduct in the meadow? I suppose so. Then all we need to do is follow it back. Perhaps. Man, oh, it's so fucking cool. Could you imagine exploring old Roman ruins like this? This would be so fucking cool. One of the things that I wish like D&D has taught is like I wish I could explore old ruins and stuff. Wait, what's the other way? It looks like a tunnel collapsed here, Master. Based on our orientation, this must head towards the town church. Is the church that old? As old as the Roman settlement? No, but many things in Tassing and Curacao are built on what came before it. It looks like there's a gap. Do you want me to try and squeeze through? Yes, I'd like to know what's on the other side. Of course, Master. I'll be right back. Why wouldn't you just hand it to me? It's dark. You were gone longer than I expected. Are you all right, Casper? I think so. What did you find? I don't know. It was very dark and I felt strange. It's not a way out. What do you mean you felt strange? Like I wasn't supposed to be there and it smelled strange, like something old. Well, this is all very old, Casper. Of course, Master Andreas. Something very old. Damn it. God damn it. Why didn't you take the light? I'm curious now. Where do you think this goes? Well, it goes up, so it probably leads out. I don't think I can squeeze through that gap. We need to find something to move the rocks and maybe something to give us leverage. Wait. Huh? Never mind. Let's find a way out of here. We need something to leverage the rocks. Okay. I think this leads by the miller's house, basically. Yeah, I think the tunnels lead right to the Abbey crypt, and I think that's how Thomas is getting out, and that's how he got back to the frickin'. All right, alley-oop, hup. So remember, there was a ghost that would jump this, and people would say they'd see the ghost. The upper aqueduct. All right, well, let's take a look in here. There's a big grate. Maybe we can get out that way. It's too high for either of us to reach. Climb on my shoulder. See if you can push our way out. No, not yet. I want to continue looking around. Oh, there's something heavy. It looks like a kitchen. The Abbey's kitchen? What else is up there? I didn't think so. It's big though. Of course, we must be under the convent. Do you see any of the nuns? No. Hello? Nothing. Where could they be? I doubt the sisters loiter in the kitchen all day long. Can you lift the grate off?
There's something heavy about me. I can only lift a little. I don't think I can squeeze through. I might be able to reach.
The stick? The metal pole? The fire poker, yes. Hup. I got a fire poker! Excellent. We can use it to move the rocks. Oh, of course, Master. Master, the plans. Alright, we're going to continue searching, though. We're going up. What's in here? Is that a door? It appears to be a strange one. Where does it go? I'll try to nudge it. Given the distance we've traveled and our elevation, it must lead to under the crypt in the Abbey. Really, can we get out this way? What's that sound, Master? Snoring? Someone is sleeping on the other side of the door. Hey, wake up! What should we do, Master? Well, we already have the poker from the convent kitchen, so we can try that on the stone to try to get out. Of course. We'll come back. Alright, great. Okay. I just didn't want to cut myself off from anything. Come. Here we go. Here we go to jump across. Don't fuck this up, Caspar. Hurley. Hoop. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, thank God you didn't fuck that up. I was right worried. They expect me to go back there and do that right away. But you know what? I want to see if there's any options back here. Nope. Fuck.
Alright, let's give this a finagle. Try using the fire poker from the kitchen to shift the rocks out of the way.
Earth.
Wait, I still hear something.
You should have come here during the day.
Hannah, I had to. The farmers are out for blood.
And?
Don't play stupid. We both wanted Otto gone. Now he is. I didn't kill him, did you? Why would you ask me such a thing? Because of the note, you stupid cow. Because of you, stupid cow. Because of the note you sent you into hysterics. Because you're behaving like a woman who committed a murder and is afraid of being caught. How could you Stop. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you did or didn't. He's dead. The idiot peasants can beat the ground with their pitchforks and nothing will come of it. What about the artist, Andreas? He could be a problem. Have you done anything to raise his suspicions? I don't think so. Good. Then just wait. Time will run out for Peter and the rest of his worthless kind. The abbot will stay in power, pilgrims will keep coming to the shrine and staying at your inn. Yes, good. Thank you for putting my mind at ease. Be quiet. Go home. Don't come here again unless it's for a quick fuck. If you want comfort, talk to your fat husband. Don't bother me with your hysteria. Of course, I'm sorry.
Well, shit.
I'm glad we're finally out of there, Master. What a strange adventure. Do you think Mistress Hannah could have killed Otto? She's only been pretending to care about the town's safety. She's only concerned with the shrine staying open. Why would that make her want to kill Otto? If the peasants overthrew the abbey, they might loot or destroy her shrine. Without the hand of St. Mortis, there's not much reason for pilgrims to travel to Curacao. There's hardly any visitors to the Golden Hand. Exactly. Now we know Hannah has a motive, it's probably she killed to protect her family's inn. We need to talk to Nico and Killian to see just how committed she was. But first, let's go back to the Golden Hand and clean up. People get suspicious if we walk around town like this. Good idea, Master. Fuck, no. Stop wasting my time. God bless America. I'm gonna talk to your husband first. Hannah. Joshua. Killian. Hello, Killian. Do you have a moment? Sure. Is there something wrong with your room? No. I wanted to know if you noticed anything about your mother lately. Odd how? Does she ask you to watch the inn by yourself very often? Oh, well, sometimes I guess. Dad and I look after the place more in the evenings when she gets tired, but lately she's been leaving during sext. She says she's bringing back food. She says she brings food over to the town folks at the Rathaus. So I usually watch the inn until she gets back. There was one other time. Go on. Mom left in a hurry one night, and when I was cleaning up up around the barn, I found this note. He will destroy the abbey. He will swallow the hand of Saint Mortis, the Rathaus after Saint John's fire. Another note. I've seen several like this before. Oh, but what does it mean? St. John's fire. I wonder if that means the bonfire. This was written in the same hand as the one 7 years ago. It couldn't have been left by one of the guests. The note could have only been one of your parents then, but why? I don't know. I don't want anyone to destroy the abbey, even if the abbot is cruel to the peasants. I'll keep that from happening, Killian. Don't worry. I hope the note helps, Master Mailer. Just don't tell Mom or Dad, all right? This note might have bigger connection than you think, Killian. I should get back to work. See you later, Master Mailer. Until then. Mortiz, not Mortis.
Master Mailer, if it's not too forward, I was wondering if you and my family have honor of joining us for a meal.
Actually, I'd like to talk to you about your wife.
I know. What about her?
Do you know what she gets up to over by the Roman ruins?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, it must be hard for you.
Quite. But I love her, and I have to think of Killian. I just don't know what to do. I don't really understand her.
I don't often understand my wife either.
What are we to do?
If you think about it, you could just have an affair in return, fair retribution, I'd say.
I can't do that. It's sinful.
It'd only be fair. I mean, I don't want to call him a coward. Although it's possible you don't have to worry about her for too long. She's glad Otto died. Did you know that? Why would you say that? I'm sure I don't know what you mean. I think you do.
No, I don't know. Please now leave me be.
As you wish, until later. I guess we'll go confront her a bit. Hello, Master Mailer. Anything I can do for you? Yes, actually. You must want a break from all the work sometimes. A way to let off steam? I don't understand, Andreas. But really, Hannah, Learnhardt, you could do better. What? What are you talking about? I know you're cheating on your husband with Learnhardt. How did you know? Did Learnhardt tell you? I overheard the two of you talking by the old aqueduct. Oh, God, Learnhardt was right. Damn it, Andreas. What do you want from me? Why did you do it? Learnhardt is handsome, strong, forthright. He knows what he wants, a proper man. Not like Nico. Nico is so boring, weak. He avoids taking a stance, avoids making the tough choices. I see. So when it comes to tough choices... Fuck. So if you're willing to cheat on your husband, I bet you're willing to do whatever to... By God, Andreas, are you accusing me of killing Otto? I disagree with Otto, but why would I want to kill him? Look around. Is Tassing better with him dead? First you hold the ruin of my family over my head, and now this? Unless there's anything more you need, I won't abide by this foolishness.
I'll remain silent.
Good day, Andreas. Ooh, shit, she said good day! Ah, yes, Learnhardt, not Learnhardt. I understand. Makes perfect sense. We're gonna go in here real quick. There has to be something. A painting of the Virgin Mary. What does the labyrinth symbolize? Caspar. Must be the labyrinth the church is named after the inn. Oh yeah. Let's talk to Thomas. God bless you, Andreas. I know it's here. Alright, well let's, Else, you know your husband's cheating on you? Oh, Master Mailer, do you have meal plans? My husband was hoping you'd eat with us. I'm afraid I can't right now. I understand. Some other time then. Frack. Anton? Martha? Helena? I know it's you. It has to be you, Thomas. There's no one else it could be. Martin? Gosh, just what other options do I have? Ottilia? Yeah, I've right pissed everyone off, so. I mean, nobody likes a busybody, especially a rich busybody. Veronica, Hetty, Hans, Johann, Gertners, Bader. Going to the Gertner's house. Clara, I'm not eating here. Ursula, Il Peter, Big Jorg, Endris, Till, Simmerly House, Eva again, maybe? Oh, Andreas. I haven't eaten in a while. Would you mind sitting with me for a bit and sharing some food? Perhaps later. Thank you, though. Oh, of course. If you change your mind, I could use some company. Yes, I know. I'm trying to solve a murder here, people. Stop trying to feed my fat face. I would love to eat, but I'm fat. And I have a face that is meant for eating. But not here. Not right now. I have to solve this murder. I can eat later. Some drunk peasant who's sleeping on the other side of the tunnels. Agnes. Okay, fine. Yeah, yeah, fuck off. I get it. I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stop screaming. Stop throwing bread. I'm leaving. Albin. Ulrich. Gret. Anna. There has to be a clue I'm missing. I know it's Father Thomas. It only makes sense. Werner. Cheat and Bastage. Wait, wait. Did I see something else? No. Okay. Why does Thomas make sense? Well, Thomas makes sense is because, one, the person who is writing all these notes about the murder and everything is a learned person. The person who knows all the town secrets is, of course, the guy who receives all the confessions. That's Father Thomas. The father would have access to the Baron back in the day, who also wrote that. There's a hole to the aqueduct, which leads, in my opinion, to the basement of the church, which we found the costume of the person who killed Otto at the entrance to the Roman ruins. And because of that, it led to the church. And the person who bumped into us, was a large man. It can only be uh, Brother Thomas. Also, Thomas had lived in another place which had a bunch of peasant rebellions and barely made it alive. So he's a busybody trying to make everything is uh, another time perhaps. I'm not gonna eat dinner with you, my dude. Like I appreciate, but I have to find some more clues. Fencer Durandal, thank you for the follow. Yeah, um he has all the earmarks of being the person who did the original murder, and probably killed Otto as well. Druckers. Hey, Drucker. Okay. Thomas. I know you did it. And go to the forest. Talk to Smokey. Smokey! Alright. Also, the entrances to the shrine. The shrine was cut off for a long time, and the only people who should have had access was clergy. It just, all the signs point to being to Father Thomas, being the one who did the murders. Two innocents. Alright, so now I gotta eat with someone. What a load of horse patootie. See, right here, at the beginning of the game, we saw someone jump across. The person jumped across had a sheet over him. It was like we saw a ghost. So what it was the person who'd made that jump was the person who killed the Baron. Because right after that, I think it was Martin who came running by. Or we saw him the day before. But basically, whoever was using that, with the killer, was using the aqueduct to get up to the abbey unnoticed. And once again, only a learned person would know all that information and would have access. And the only person who would have access is Father Thomas or one of the other clergymen, but it has to be Father Thomas. I just don't see anyone else. Like, I guess Guy could have, but Guy is not. He's been robbing the place blind. He'd have no reason to kill them. Let's go to the cloister. Here. Go to the church. So into the crypt. This is where it was. There's a guy passed out there. Let's go into the library. Let's talk to some of the monks. Come on, Adok, my dude. Damn it. Farrick.
Is there something I can help you with, Master Mailer?
Yes, I found this book and thought you might be able to help me identify it.
Oh,
What?
I must admit I've seen this book before, but I thought I had sent it away 7 years ago.
It contains questionable rituals. Yes, this bookmark section is about can summoning a demon to kill a man. Where did you find it? Not in the library, I should hope. Brother Guy was attempting to covertly perform the ritual in the abattoir.
Oh no, why would he do such a thing?
I think the name Otto may suggest a motive.
God protect us.
Do you think he was involved in Otto's death, do you? That remains to be seen. Well, one must not leap to conclusions. Andreas, I know you don't need to tell you, but you must tread carefully. The Archdeacon trusted your word when the Baron Rothfugal was murdered. Luckily, Steiner's death lingers in the minds of many of the townsfolk. If the peasants trust your word will be a death sentence. If I don't find the killer, they'll burn this place down around you. Let the cost of our salvation not be an innocent life. It won't be. Good. God bless you. Okay. I guess we'll go and confront, we'll talk to everyone else before we confront Guy.
Lucas, Volkbert. I think everyone's gonna be already all spoken to. We'll go past you guys. We'll talk to Waslav, Rutgar, Matthew. All right. Hey guy, guess what? You asshole! You told Gernot. Oops. You are a true bastard, Andreas Mailer, and you deserve the very worst of what's coming to you. Brother Guy, I'd like to think we've been on reasonable good terms until now. Convince Guy to explain himself. Tell me your side of the story. There has to be some reason why, other than simple greed. Called him an asshole. Does there? You're a bastard, Guy, but you're not stupid. You wouldn't do something this brazen without good reason. What a generous assessment, Andreas. Thank you ever so much. You're very welcome, asshole. What the fuck was that? Again, Andreas? What is it this time? Sister and I came across the gold you hid in the Urbut. What? Why would I do such a thing? Covering your tracks? And just because you found gold someplace and I assume I hid it there? You made the mistake of pushing Sister Marguerite out of the way. She described how you felt. What a cursed world. You can't even trust the blind to not be witnesses. Do go on. I found the book you were hiding in the abattoir. I don't know what you're talking about. Wuslav saw it with you. Really, I wasn't aware he knew what a book was. It's a magical text I'm quite familiar with. Oh, you would be. You're obsessed with those things. You're lucky the peasants haven't already burned you in Ferenc for witchcraft. Me? You're the one with the necromancy manual bookmarked to magical murder rituals. Dementia, not murder. Anyway, I didn't go through with the ritual. If I had, and it had worked, he'd be a drooling idiot, not dead. That's it. That's all I know at the moment. And that's all you will know because there's nothing more to know. If there's nothing else, God bless you, Andreas. Gernot? Ferenc? Aduk, come on, my dude. Maybe there's another... Carl. Let's go to the Old Bailey. Go to the Scriptorum. Alright. Nope, nothing here. I want to check the... The thing is the grate left to the bottom of the not the church, but the covenant. I want to go to the kitchen. So over here, what down here, was it in the cellar? No. So okay, it must have been in the crypt. There, even though there's no guy sleeping there, that spot must be in the crypt. I can't think of anywhere else with like a place like that. Let's go to the garden. Maybe the Abbot's house? I don't think so. No, see, there's nothing here. Okay, then we're gonna go back to Lower Abbey. We'll see about if we can talk to the guest house, maybe.
walk back to the upper abbey. In the convent. Illuminata. Andreas, good. I was hoping you would come by. Hello, Mother Illuminata. Did you need something from me? Yes, I thought I was hesitant to distract you from your investigation, and I do not often leave the confines of Curacao even in the best of times, which these are decidedly not. I'll help you any way I can. God bless you. As our brothers are trapped in the library, it is unlikely they have received any nourishment. Can't the sisters just take them food to them? The systems aren't comfortable moving in the men's areas, even when there are only monks present. Now peasants have overrun the abbey, and they looted the sacristy and drank most of the sacramental wine. I suppose that would be intimidating. I don't believe the peasants will be violent towards the sisters, but I can't take any chances. I need you to escort them through the crypt and up to the brothers. The crypt? Yes, there's a secret entrance to the library in the crypt. Sister Zadina and I used it every day. The sisters will say it needs to be tended to after all the mayhem that had transpired there. Escort them and the food to the brothers in the library and return when you're finished. I mean, I already kind of knew it, but yeah. Yes? I'm ready. Let's go. Oh my god, this place is a mess. What have they done? I don't know about this. Hey, no one's supposed to be in the church. What are you doing here? Take it easy, Carl. The sisters are trying to do their jobs. What are you talking about? We need to clean the crypt and say prayers for the abbot and the abbestries buried there. Assuming you haven't looted all of their tombs as well. Hey, that's not, I mean, Peter told me not to let anyone in the church. For storming the monastery and now stopping the sisters from doing their ordained duty, are you trying to put your soul at risk, Carl? That's not fair, Andreas. You know the abbot is putting us all at risk by keeping the holy relic from us. He complimented and encouraged Abby. You forget that the Lord instructs us to turn the other cheek. Would you really harm the sisters like this? I would never. I mean, all right, just down on the crypt and to the back. God bless you, Carl. Thank you, Andreas. Quickly, this way. We don't have much time. Sister Gertrude, Sister Matilda, what are you doing here? How did you get past the peasants? Andreas helped us, Father. Mother Illuminata thought you might be hungry, and Andreas agreed to bring us here. Oh, praise God. We were starving. God bless you, sisters. Thank you, Saint Setia. What is he saying? Yes, yes. Sisters, what's going on outside? We've seen little and heard less since we've been in here. Master Mailer ought to explain. We've seen little firsthand from the convent. Everything is under control, mostly. Come, let's eat, and he will explain everything. Father, will you lead us in prayer? What? Of course not. Thank you for the meal, sister, but we need to keep to custom. Oh, don't be such an ass, Father. This is very strange circumstance, Father. We do need to keep Carl thinking we're cleaning the crypt after all. I don't think... Oh, fine. But only for the sister's safety, and only this once. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ and our Lord. Amen. 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 Everyone says amen.
Amen.
Amen. Fuck, I'm eating dinner with these guys. That's fine, I guess, whatever.
These old bones don't have any vigor left, and a meal probably won't help. Being stuck in the drafty library isn't doing you any good either.
I don't think you've ever had any vigor, old man. Ha! I'm sure you won't have to remain here long. Andreas was very helpful in getting us past the watchman, Peter said. I'll do anything to spend more time in this library. Hey, I think your priorities may be misplaced, Andreas. Oh yeah? Well, I'm gonna chug some wine without eating. I'm gonna get drunk.
How long will we be stuck in this drafty old tower? I need Sister Gertrude's medicines.
Don't worry, Brother Adok. I'm sure I can deliver them.
Have you found any evidence as to who really killed Otto, Andreas?
I think I know who killed Otto. I do have some suspicions, but I can't confirm anything yet.
Good God, Andreas, what are you doing here? You must convince them it wasn't me.
I'm doing my best, Father. Please have patience.
Humph. It's not your neck on the line, Mailer.
Come, Father, eat a bit. I've found a good meal. Settles the nerves as well as any medicine. We're gonna eat this fucking cheese. Hell yeah.
There was an awful lot of crashing last night. Was anyone hurt?
No, no one's hurt, but the peasants did loot the church and sacristy.
They defiled the sacristy, sacrilege.
Oh no.
Oh my God, repay them their due.
Brother Matthew, calm yourself.
What does a Benedictine monastery have gold goblets for anyway? Andreas, we are not an order that subscribes to apostolic poverty. Christian doctrine that calls for followers to live without owing personal property or accumulating money. While it was condemned by the Catholic Church as heretical, it defers claims their practices are based on the lives of Christ and the apostles as described in Scripture. Like the Franciscans.
The Lord can be glorified through the treasures of his earth that he gave us.
I simply think you could glorify God with wooden goblets just as much as gold ones, if it helps the town. These vessels hold the Eucharist, the body and blood of Christ himself. Why wouldn't Eucharist? The Eucharist, the consecrated element of the communion, also called the Lord's Supper or Holy Communion in their Catholicism. The Eucharist refers to the bread and wine after they have been transubstantiated into the body and blood of Christ. I mean, they could have just said eaten. Why shouldn't they have the purest metals? Brother Matthias, please. Matthew. Apologies, Father Abbot. We're eating this fucking bread now.
So, Andreas, have you any idea
Who the real killer might be? I have a few ideas.
really?
Well, I think I saw the murderer running away that night. I could be very helpful in your investigation. What do you think you saw, Brother Guy? They were wearing a festival costume, I think, so I can't have been one of the brothers, then obviously. And dark hair, too. Definitely not one of the brothers. Interesting. Thank you, Brother Guy. I'll look into it. Of course, Master Mailer. We all want you to catch the one really responsible. I mean, that's everyone but you, because you have light hair and you're a monk, and you're most likely going to get blamed for it. Well, it was good to see you all safe and well. I'm sure Andreas will have all this fixed soon. Thank you all for following and share the meal with the brothers and Father's Abbot. Brother Woslov.
It is good to see you well, Matilda.
She is a sister, Brother Woslov.
Yes, I'm glad to see you're well, sister. May you go with God.
And you as well, Brother Gurnell. Please thank Mother Illuminata, Sister Gertrude, and Andreas. We're relying on you. Please hurry in your investigation. I'll be as thorough as I can, Father. Come, Andreas, we'd better get back before Carl gets suspicious. You too, Caspar. We'll see you soon, Father.
If all goes well.
All right. Quickly now, back through the crypt. We were just leaving this place like this. Oh dear, we don't have time to clean. Hopefully we won't come back here. Finally! How long does cleaning an old crypt take anyway? That was ages. Well, what do you expect? You and your ransacking friends have been making a mess of all of it all night. Whatever, whatever. We're supposed to switch posts soon. Hurry up and get lost. Thank you for escorting us, Andreas. We'll let Mother Luminon know how the brothers are. Good luck with your investigation.
Fuck! Fuck!
Alright. No, wait. Go back. Go back real quick. Take a look. Anyone? Alright, we're gonna go back to the forest. We're gonna talk to Smokey real quick, see if he's seen anything. He's our man on the inside. No, he just saw nothing. Lord Grimace, you have a wonderful evening. We will solve the crime of the 15th century. Worry not. Can I not get back here anymore? No, I cannot. Son of a bread biscuit. Alright. Back to the meadow. Yes, yes, yes. We're gonna go to the church. There has to be something at this fucking church. I know it. I'm sure it was you. Fucking Thomas, you piece of dog duty. What? That's a clue. What does the labyrinth symbolize? The Drucker house, locked. Is anyone out and about? Locked. 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 Well, I mean, what pisses me off is I fucking know it's Father Thomas. I'd bet my son's left nut on that. I wouldn't risk mine because obviously I don't have enough evidence to like. Don't run away, son. It's not that bad. Yeah, I know not for me. All right. Gosh. Where is... Everything's locked up. No, I just don't think there's anything there. Meadow, the forest. I mean, the only place I didn't check in the forest was the salt mine. And I'm really kind of shocked that nothing was ever down there. Still nothing. Alright, well. I guess, we're gonna call it, get to bed and go, blame some people. Hey, Killian. Good luck, Good day, Master Mailer. Hello, Andreas. We'll talk to Hannah. Hey, look, I know you hate our guts and everything because I caught you and exposed your cheating, but, hello, Master Mailer. Anything I can do for you? Nope, sorry, nothing to bother you. Well, I guess we go to sleep. Go to bed. Yep, no, we're going to sleep. We tried. Lock your door. I don't need to lock my door. Nothing bad will happen to me. Or not.
Andreas, get up.
Wake your boy too. Why, what's happened now? We're finishing this. You're needed in the commons now.
Let's go.
We'll be asking the questions, Mailer. Alright. We'll get dressed and be along. Guess I should have locked the door. Who would have known that people would have, Casper, wake up. Master Andreas? What's going on? It's the middle of the night. Something's happened in the commons. Peter and the others want us. Will we be alright, Master Andreas? Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to you. We'll be fine.
This'll be remembered.
All right, now that everyone's here, we can start. Start what? We're holding a trial for Otto's murderer. You're the one with the evidence. Longfinger. Vemic Court, also called silent courts or courts of punishment. These are Westphalian courts overseen by lay judges who can pronounce and execute capital punishment on behalf of the emperor. They have a dark reputation for vigilantism. Westphalia, a duchy of the Holy Roman Empire located northwest of the center of the empire. It is ruled by Archbishop of Cologne, one of the powerful prince-electors of the empire. Are you mad? What about the law? Alright, well, this isn't Westphalia. The people of Bavaria don't have the authority to pass blood justice. And why not, Mailer? We must have a means for extracting justice. Well, what do you have found? We're all waiting. Hold on, I've barely had a day to investigate. I can hardly come to a conclusion so soon. Answer the man, please, Andreas. Give us the killer. Calm down, everyone. This isn't fair. Well, you better fucking decide, Mailer, or you can watch the damned abbey go up in flames. Be quiet! I have a woman in labor right next door. This behavior is shameful. If she loses her child because of this fighting, it will be on your souls. Agnes is right. I know you just want justice for my husband, but your friend, I don't want things to get worse than they already are. Please, Dad, give Andreas a little more time. Peter. Fine. Andreas, you've got until that baby is born. After that, we'll claim our justice. Work fast, Mailer. All right. Oh, shit. Humph. Oh, fuck. Tristan.
Good evening.
It is customary in Tassing that the people gather in the commons in the middle of the night. We do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. Who's asking? My name is Tristan von Franberg. I'm here on behalf of the Duke of Bavaria. The Duke is aware that you have been distributing and discussing the 12 articles. He is also aware that you have been disputing conditions of taxation and land use with the tithe of the Abbot of Cursau. The Duke is merciful. He does not seek to punish Tassing for these disputes. But his mercy has limits. The Duke has become aware of you have been imprisoned the Abbot and the monks of Cursau within the Abbey. This is an insult. This is rebellion. For this, there can be neither tolerance nor mercy. You have until the sunset tomorrow to vacate Cursau Abbey and release the Abbot and all monks. If this is not done, the Duke's soldiers will enter the town and the Abbey in force. As certain as night follows day, they will kill every man and boy who stands in their way. What? God protect us. No. Oh, we never wanted to threaten the Abbot, sir. We wouldn't listen to our demands. We're starving. Such efforts were necessary since the townfolk are also suffering under the Abbot's increased taxes. The Duke is aware of the town's complaints and finds some merit in them. He believes some concessions can be made regarding the death tax and use of the forest for wood. Of course, only under the strict conditions that the Abbot is released unharmed. And what do the peasants got? What about our taxes? What about the right to use the wood for the grazing, for fishing? The Duke is unwilling to make additional concessions.
You can release the abbot and take what is offered, or you can remain defiant and face the consequences. It will yield you little save steel and fire. Sunset tomorrow. Son of a bitch. Well, I have another day to look. Alright, Casper, don't fuck this up. This is all on your shoulders. If we fail, we know who to blame. Hannah. Hello, Master Mailer. Anything I can do for you? Nope, nothing. Sorry to bother you. Joshua. Killian. Nico. Have you given any more thought to the buying the house around for drinks? You'll be here a while if you do. Perhaps later. Until then. God bless America. I don't think that's the answer. We will get the church. It is them. It has to be here. Has to be. Thomas. Ah, Andreas, I don't suppose you've come for the local St. John's Day confessions? I have to give the priority to the locals, of course, but if you want to wait a few hours, I can hear you. You don't have to, of course, but I would be remiss if I didn't offer. Not right now, but thank you, Father. Okay, we will confess to Father Thomas. And, but first I want to have a look around and see if we can talk to anyone else. Magdalene, Klaus. Otherwise, it's going to be the money launderer who takes the fall. Steinar. That's right, they're having the baby here. North Town. We're gonna do our rounds and talk to people. Werner. Iskampfhaus. Balthazar. And we gotta see if there is another way to get more information somewhere. Big Jorg. Oh, I can talk to him. Hi, Andreas. How you doing, Jorg? I'm alright. Veronica's helping Eva, and Dad's mad all the time. I've tried talking to him, but he won't back down now that Otto's well. I don't know what else to do. We won't make it the winter if we don't do something. Let's solve Otto's murder first, then we can worry about the rest. I don't know if we have that long. You better hurry, Andreas. I'll let you get back to it then. Until later. Until then. Talk to more of the Gertners. Clara. Ursula. Ilpeter. There has to be something I'm missing. Peter. Johann. Hans. Oh. Hi, Andreas. You really think those soldiers are going to attack the town? Very possible. Damn, I guess our taxes won't really matter if we're all killed. You're not going to get killed, it'll be alright. I hope so, Andreas. Hetty. Veronica. Brigida. Come on. Come on. Attilia? Nothing.
Yeah, yeah. You hope the... Oh, shit. No. I don't want that. No. Stop. Alright, well, I've discovered a lot of shit here, so... Cat. Druckers in the church. Alright, we'll check out the mill real quick. Else. Martha, Anton, Helena. The Mueller house. I don't want to go hunting with Learnhardt. Andreas, Learnhardt, do you have a moment? Sure, what's you want? I know about you and Hannah. So? I don't give a damn at your team, but I heard you two by the ruins. I told Hannah not to meet me there in the middle of the day, stupid bitch. You think I give a shit who knows about us? I fucked most of the women in this town, Andreas. No one has ever done anything about it. You wouldn't have changed that. You don't scare me. What do you want? You said I could be a problem. You asked Hannah if she could be a murderer, but she never answered. Do you think she killed Otto? You said I could be a problem. And here you are, meddling in the things you shouldn't. I have a duty to find the truth. Is that what you're calling it? That doesn't solve the issue of who killed Otto. I heard you and Hannah have never admitted whether she killed Otto or not. Could she have done it? Look, for what it's worth, I don't think it was Hannah. She's a devilish woman, sure, but too cowardly. She won't even admit to her husband he's a cuckold, much less a murderer, Otto. If you're really looking for someone to blame, try Martin. There's someone off about him, or Otto knew it. Now, can we get done with this tiresome inquisition? I have things to do. What a dickweed. Okay. Well, let's go into the forest one last time. I have a feeling it'll be one last time. Smokey, heard any good news? Nope. Fuck. Anything? Nope. Anything in the waterfall? People skinny dipping? Nope. The old salt mine? Nope. Red is free and clear. To the meadow. We'll go stop at the convent. But I have a feeling it's not going to be... There's going to be anything different. Margarita? Pet old mouse fanger. He was a good kitty. Yeah, we're gonna hang someone. Yeah, you like that, don't you? He knows what's up. Good cat. Zadina. Go to the Prior's house. Illuminata. Have we checked the kitchen? No, it's in the convent, and I can't get back there. I'm not allowed back there, so I can't actually check below the kitchen. And in the other kitchen is just a closed-off cellar. All right, we're gonna go listen to the father about confession.
One last time into the breach. All right, Thomas. I know it's you, you old son of a bitch. Yep, Father, I'd like to confess while you're done with the others. Oh, good. It may take a while to get through everyone, but you're welcome to stay and pray. Who is here? Benedictite? Bless you. Dominus sit vobiscum. Vobiscum? Vobiscum? The Lord be with you. I confess to God and the Blessed Mary, ever Virgin, the Blessed Michael and the Archangel, and blessed John the Baptist and the Holy Apostle Peter and Paul, and the blessed Lutherius and Castian, Castian and blessed Juvenal, along with the saints and you, Father, through my fault, through my fault, through my fault. What is it you have come to confess, Paul? I disobeyed my father to go down to the ruins to draw. How many times? 3. You must have known it was wrong every time. Why did you keep doing it? I don't know. I just think it's a stupid rule. He's right. It is stupid. You're not wrong. Is there anything else, Paul? I had impure thoughts about a girl. How many times? I don't think I can remember a lot. All right. Anything else? Well, Father, I need to say it quietly. That's fine, Paul. Should we have Casper do it, or should I go light a candle? Because it's probably going to be about Paul wanking, so I think it'd be a little less suspicious if Casper does it. We'll send Casper. I saw my father with a woman at the ruins. They were having carnal relations. That's a serious matter, Paul, but you're not here to tell me the sins of others. If they want to confess, they know where to find me. All right, Father. Obey your father. Avoid the temptations to think about girls. God wants us to live in harmony with our family. You cannot be in harmony if you're disobedient to your parents. And if you find yourself thinking about girls, pray to the Blessed Virgin for strength. Yes, Father. Father Thomas, yes? What is it, Paul? Are we going to be all right? I mean, the soldiers. I don't know what's going to happen, Paul, but I do know that we are saved. Trust in that. Trust in God. All right, I will, Father. For your penitence, say 5 Hail Marys and 2 Our Fathers. Yes, Father. Domine Noster, Jesus Christus, te absolvate, et ego actorit ipsius te... he says, May our Lord Jesus Christ absolve you and I of his authority, absolve you of every band of excommunication and interdiction, inasmuch as I am able to and you require. More Latin. Thereupon I absolve you your sins in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. What did he say? Paul saw his father with the woman at the Roman ruins. Well, we saw him there with Hannah. That's right, we did. What have you come for to confess, Gret? Well, Father, I argue with my husband about his support of the peasants. Ulrich is the head of your household, but it's not sinful for you to disagree about things.
It's a serious matter. The peasants are trying to change the ways have always been. When people try to change a place way of the life, they are playing with fire, with sin. Ulrich's soul is in danger. I know, Ulrich's a good Christian, but I worry that the peasants will become violent. I thought Otto's death might shock the peasants into abandoning their cause, but it has only inflamed them. Once again, see, he's speaking as if he did it. I thought Otto's death might shock the peasants into abandoning their cause. I thought. That's saying he did it. Oh God, poor Otto. Master Andreas, do you think Gret could have killed Otto? She was at the scene right when we arrived and she was still in her costume. We saw what was almost certainly the killer pass us in the woods. It is not possible for her to have been in both places at once. That's right, you're so smart, Andreas. Shh, it's all right, Gret. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. I'm here to listen to your confession. No, no, Father. Thank you, I appreciate it. Of course, now remember what I said about the difference between disagreeing and disobeying. Yes, Father. Christ wants our families to be in harmony, but there is room for disagreement, especially in something so important. Now for your penance, say 2 Hail Marys and an Our Father. Thank you, Father, I will. More Latin, absolving you of your sins. Uh, that wasn't helpful at all. Is anything going to confess to something good? There's still more people. We may get lucky. What have you come to confess, Anna? This'll be a waste of time. We can't pick who comes to confession. Father, I stole things from people during the St. John's Eve. How did you do that? I waited until the bonfire, and then I went out and I just took things when people weren't looking. It's a serious sin, Anna. What did you steal, and from whom? A candle from Agnes's house. I also took a cup from John and Bauer's house. Or Johann Bauer's. And a letter from Martin Bauer's house. A letter? Why? I haven't even taught you how to read yet. I don't know. It just looked fancy, and the ink was pretty color. See, this is dumb. Why would Martin have a fancy letter, ink that's a pretty color? He must have received a letter from the thread puller. But if it's still in the albums, maybe I can find it. But why would he receive a letter from the thread puller? Say nothing. Well, Anna, you have to return them, all of them, and you have to apologize to the people you stole from. Apologize? Can't I return them in secret? They probably wouldn't even know they're gone. No, and if you keep this up, you're going to wind up like Martin Bauer did. Martin found Jesus and his family again, but not every wayward child. Martin found God and his family again, but not every wayward child's story ends as happily as that of the prodigal son. I am sorry, Father. Apologize to God and to the people you stole from. Yes, Father. As additional penance, say 5 Hail Marys and 2 Our Fathers. Yes, Father. And more Latin. Thomas. What have you come to confess? You were just here Easter. Don't tell me the... Well, Father, I laid with my late brother's wife on St. John's Eve.
What?
Alright, I admit it. That was unexpected. This is the 3rd year in a row! Please, Father, keep your voice down.
I can't hear them, can you?
I guess I'll go light a candle. 3 times? 3 times in 3 years, Johann. I don't mean for it to happen, Father. We just get carried away by the St. John's bonfire. Don't you bring St. John into this. Sorry, Father. This has to stop, Johann. God's forgiveness is limitless, but you must really repent for your sins. I don't know what's in your heart, but he does. If you don't recognize the sin in yourself, you are as far from salvation as we are from Jerusalem. Yes, Father. For your penance, say 5 decades of Hail Marys, and don't forget the Our Fathers. Five? 5? That will take forever, Father. You'll burn in the fires of hell forever if you don't stop this, Johann Bauer. All right, I understand. Thank you, Father. And Father, I can't spare the confession, the Pfennig, a common low-value silver coins, the Germanic equivalent of the Roman denarius. Uh, Pfennigs are minted throughout the Holy Roman Empire and vary widely in style, silver content, and value. It's all right, Johann. You don't need to give me anything. It's more important you help your family right now. Thank you, Father. Oh, Father, if I die, I mean, if the soldiers kill me, yes? Will I go to hell? I don't know, Johann. Please don't let it come to that for everyone's sake. I'll do what I can, Father. And more Latin. I only have one candle left. It appears Johann has done this before a couple of times. Did he say anything about the murderer? No, unfortunately. Sorry, Master Andreas. Maybe the next one will get better. Before I ask you what you come to confess, how are you, Agnes? I've been better, Father. I'm sorry. Tell me what's troubling you. It's still alright if I speak quietly? Of course. We're not going to do anything. Well, I have no idea what she's talking about. I think that's it, Masters. There's no one left to confess. Oh, fuck! Andreas, it's your turn. Alright, Father. Just wait here, Casper. Yes, Master. Yeah, just look right at his crotch while you're on his knees. Don't make it awkward. Would you mind if we moved right to the confession part, Father? It's been a long day. I think God will understand, but make it a good confession. Now then, what would you like to confess, Andreas? Perhaps covetousness? Oh, for what? The same as always, books, manuscripts, printed volumes alike, and any other every subject. The desire for knowledge is not necessarily sinful. Many of the town folks have even started to buy books from the druckers on their own. But I can't stop, Father. I have dozens, perhaps hundreds of them. I haven't even read most of them. The library of Krakow is incredible, and the printers of the city produce beautiful new texts every year. There are great sins, Andreas, though I wonder. There are greater sins, Andreas, though I wonder at how easily the mind could be infected by what's printed in some of these books. But why do engage in the pursuits if it's more of a compulsion than a pleasure? Because my work no longer brings me any enjoyment. There is no pleasure in painting. Portraits, altarpieces, religious artworks with the clients, families placed prominently in the corner, all pomp and vanity, monuments to the powerful as they wanted to be seen. It seems that wealth and fame are not as nourishing as you might have hoped. I am lost, Father. You must not lose hope, Andreas. Look for God in your heart, and you will find him. It grieves me to hear that you are in pain, and this pain is heading you to error. I cannot know what course will lead you to happiness, but God does. When you return to Nuremberg, seek counsel from your wife and from your priest. My wife is, well, I don't know, Father. I see. I'm sorry, Andreas. I see you have many problems to work through. For penance, say 3 Hail Marys and 2 Our Fathers. And when you feel despair, remember that hopelessness is among the gravest sin against God. It offends God because no matter how dire things may seem, there is always salvation through Christ's sacrifice. Yes, Father. and more Latin. God bless you, Andreas. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to prepare for dinner. Until later, Father. I may as well do my penance now. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray us sinners now that hour of our death. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord is with you. Blessed are you among the women, blessed the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now that you at the hour of our death. Amen. It's 2. Blessed are the young, yes, you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners and pray for our death. So he said 3 and 2, I believe. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth it is in heaven. Give us the day of your daily bread, and forgive our debts, for we have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be that your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Well, that's it. 3 Hail Marys, 2 Lord's Prayers. I hope Casper isn't too bored to wait. Boy! Casper, wake up! Andres. Oh, yes. Sister Amelia, are you alright? I'm fine. My body pains me, but my spirit's sore. God makes your soul service known to all who are in heaven. Indeed, he does. You were listening to their confessions, weren't you? Yes, I was hoping to learn something about Otto Zimmerman's murder. Many tell their confessors that which they wouldn't speak to their closest loved ones. Did you hear something we missed? It sounded like a waste of time to me. Not today, but I did hear someone else confessing in here the other day. Brother Guy came in here to confess to Father Thomas. Oh, right, after he was talking to us. Interesting. Brother Guy wanted to confess to Father Thomas for 2 reasons. First, he was confessing about stealing money from the Abbey. Unsurprising. Second, he knew Father Thomas was becoming suspicious of his role in managing the Abbey's money. If Brother Guy confessed to him, Father Thomas would be bound to secrecy by the seal of the confession. Brother Guy has very few scruples. He also said Otto Zimmerman confronted him about the Abbey's finances when he was doing repairs. Otto saw Brother Guy writing in the Abbey's ledger, and he demanded to see it. Otto saw Brother Guy's writing in the letter. Oh my god. Otto said he'd prove the Abbey was hoarding money one way or another. That doesn't sound good. It sounds like Guy had a motive to see Otto dead. Why are you telling us this, Sister Amelia? I am just a woman dead to the world, abiding in this cell, but I still have eyes that can see and ears that can hear. Brother Guy has abused the trust of Father Gernot and Father Thomas both, and in doing so, he has profaned the sacrament of confession to shield himself from justice. This is the least I could do. We will do what we can. We will do what we can to see that Guy's misdeeds come to light. I must pray now, God be with you both. Well, what should we do now, Master? Given the ledger we discovered at the Abbey, this gives Guy strong motive to kill Otto. Because if Otto forced the abbot to review their ledger, the abbot would realize that Guy was stealing money from the Abbey. Exactly, and the secret deposits guys hid with lemon juice made that clear. Now I just need to decide if he's actually responsible for the deed. Let us go, Casper. We're done here. I guess we go and try and get Guy's confession. Thomas? I know you fucking did it, you son of a bitch. I know you did it. I know it wasn't Guy. I know it was you. Guy was not big enough to sit there and push me out of the way. It was you the whole fucking time. Come on, Casper. He knows what he did. We're gonna go wring us a confession out of this sumbitch. Whether it's true or not doesn't matter at this point, even if Father Thomas really did do it. Alright, here we go. We're gonna do our sneaky sneak into the crypt. Don't get suspicious. I'm spending all this time in the crypt. I just really fucking love the crypt, okay? Alright, let's go up. Alright, Guy, time to fucking confess. Again, Andreas. What is it this time? Sister Amelia overheard your confession. Ugh, mystics. Shouldn't she be contemplating the divine or something? That church is too small for confessions anyway. And, do go on. I found your ledger. That's the Abbey's ledger, and so what? Father Gurneau tasked me with keeping our accounts in order. Well, they weren't in order. You knew if Otto pushed the abbot to show the Abbey's finances, you'd be in trouble. And you think I killed him? I also know about the money you were skimming off the top and sending it to the Fuggers in Osberg. Alright, Andreas. You don't have to tell anyone about this. Not the abbot, nor Peter, nor one. You know I didn't kill Otto. I'm sure it was one of the peasants, scared about what might happen to the soldiers. If the soldiers come. I'll give you a quarter of the money once we get out of this, Why don't you tell me what your plan to do with all that money is first? What does that matter? You're a bastard, Guy, but you're not stupid. You wouldn't do something this brazen without good reason. What a generous assessment, Andreas. Thank you ever so much. You're very welcome, asshole. That's it for the moment. Okay, I mean, I guess I'll talk to Gurneau. Ferenc. Adek, you gonna talk now? No? Son of a bitch. Alright, I guess I'll go have a meal. And, who would be good to have a meal with, huh? I just don't know. I don't even know who likes me anymore. I know you did it. I know you did it! Let's stop the Druckers. Anything yet? No? Nope, nobody likes me. Guess I'll go eat worms. Zimmerman House? I guess we'll eat with Ava. Yeah, we're gonna eat with Ava. Angry potato. Thank you for coming. It's not easy being alone right now. Yes, I know you're here, little boy. We're happy to help keep you company, Ava. Thank you, Andreas. I know you have your own problems to deal with. Please sit. I'm sorry, I'm just used to my father or Otto praying. Ooh, Tired German one has just subscribed with a tier 2 sub after 12 months. Why? Glad to have you here for your 1 year, man. Congrats. I'd make you a candle or a cake, but I can't do that. Could someone make him an emoji cake in chat? I'd much appreciate it. Diggs, make it so. Bless, O Lord, and have these your gifts which are about to receive from your bounty. Please receive my Otto's soul and forgive him in many little sins. He was a good son and husband and father. And help Andreas and Caspar find his murderer that he may be brought to an earthly justice. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 Thank you for doing this, for trying to find Otto's killer. I know my father and others, they forced you into it, but I appreciate it. Otto was a good man, Ava. You deserve to see your killer brought to justice, or his killer brought to justice. I can't let your brother suffer in the hands of the mob, or your husband's death, especially when the abbot's innocent. I need to do what I can to prevent Peter from inciting more revolt. It may not be justice in the traditional sense, but I still feel some obligation to the law. Well, he threatened to burn the library. No, I'm not going to be an asshole. Yeah, I do feel some obligation to the law. I know the peasants are angry at the abbot, but you're right. Their anger can't get in the way of justice. Ava, may I ask you something about Otto? I know it's hard. It is, but I need to help if I can. All right, we're gonna eat. We're gonna eat some. We're gonna eat some cabbage and bread pottage. Fuck yeah. Who do you think may have had cause to kill Otto? The abbot, of course, but there were others in the town who resented Otto for what he was doing. They must have hit it well because it seemed like everyone around here supported him. Most people support him, but it bothered my father that it took the inheritance and the forest laws to get Otto on our side. The peasants have been dealing with the abbot's taxes and property schemes for years. If you hadn't interceded for Attilia Kemperson, she would have lost her farm. But surely that didn't affect you after you married Otto. The taxes and restrictions apply to everyone equally in Tassing, don't they? But surely that didn't affect you after you married Otto. But it affected my family and my neighbors. What kind of Christian would I be if it didn't trouble me? There had to be some people who were unsympathetic like Leonard. Of course, but no one hates the peasants the way he does. I can't think of anyone else who spoke out against Otto. He managed to convince most of the townsfolk that the peasants' cause was right. If anyone harbored resentment about it, they kept quiet about it. Do you think Otto was taking things too far? Surely there was some opposition initially. Yes, of course. People debated it in the Commons, but no one got that heated about it aside from Leonard. Rye bread it is. I'm sorry, I don't think I can talk much more about this. I just want it to be over with. Of course, Eva, thank you for your help. Mistress Eva, are you feeling well? You've barely eaten anything. I don't have much of an appetite, but I'll be alright. I'll eat if I'm a bit for Ock's sake. Thank you, Caspar.
I better eat more bread for two then.
What about you, Andreas? I'm sure you weren't expecting this interruption of your home trip. No, but the visit was pleasant. Until then, it was nice tassing again, Curacao again. I have mixed feelings about returning to Nuremberg. Things are difficult at home. Things are difficult at home. I have a huge commission waiting for me, and I have no interest in doing it. No interest in any art, to be honest. What do you mean? You've always seemed to love painting. When I saw your masterpiece just before you left, I think it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. What's happened to you in the last 7 years?
My skills increased, my wealth and my fame increased. Even so, nothing I make is of any importance. Success happened. I make art for nobles, merchants, and bankers whose only interest is vainglory. I've lost touch with something, Ava. I don't even know why I'm doing this anymore. Yeah, nothing I make is of importance. It sounds like you need to make something new, something for different people. You have a talent that could reach more people than you know, Andreas. Nonsense, Venice, Paris, London, Krakow. Let's look at London. Longfinger, London, the capital of England and the center of the new religious strife between its King Henry VIII and the Church. The city and struggled under the religious and political extremism through his reign. I already know everything. Everyone rich enough to afford every art and every. I'm gonna ask her. Do you really think that? Of course I do. Think about Klaus. Even a peasant up in here in the mountains can't afford the books he prints and sells. The words and images in those books can help us understand places and things and ideas that we will never be able to see for ourselves. That may not matter to all of us, but to some of us it does. It matters to me. So if you want to make art that matters, make it about something important, and make it for someone who cares. Maybe you're right. Oh no, it's feeding time. Of course. Thank you for the visit, both of you. It helps. Think about what I said, Andreas, and you don't have to be unhappy. I will, and thank you. And thank you for trying to find justice for Otto. God bless you. Time to work. Well, Shazbot. I don't know what more or who else I can talk to at this point. Jorg? Clara? Ursula? Il Peter? Guess we'll talk to Peter. Nope. Johann, we'll talk to him. Nope. Hans. Hetty. Veronica. Brigida. Cat. Martin. I know what I need to steal that stupid letter. It's not the Drucker house. It is in... It's not the Steiner house. It's in the Albin Bakery. Ulrich. Anna. Master Andreas, can you help me with something? I can't show Mom and Dad because it's a secret. I can keep a secret. It's a note, but I can't read it myself. I thought the purple ink was pretty. He knows who you are. He won't stop. And the wrath is after St. John's fire. What do you think it means, Master Andreas? Whoever gave Martin this note knew that Otto had figured out his secret. You can keep the paper, Master Andreas. Just don't tell anyone where you promise. Once again, it has to be Father Thomas. Father Thomas is writing these fucking notes because he got through confession. It's our secret. Good. I'll see you later, Master Andreas. Goodbye, Anna. Okay, we'll go talk to Martin. But I already know Martin isn't Martin. He's someone else. The original Martin's fucking dead. Hey, Martin. I guess we'll talk to Brigida. Cat? Okay. Wait. I need maybe put it in the house? No. Okay. Lady of our Labyrinth. Father Thomas? I know you did it, Father.
exactly. There's something about the labyrinth and the church. That's the clue. A labyrinth, if you didn't know in medieval nomenclature, is reminiscent of a journey with many twists and turns, but it's a path. It's long, it's convoluted, but you're never lost. It's all part of the path. It's not a maze. So it being symbolic of the as a labyrinth is once again, in my opinion, just more proof. Learn art. Andreas, look at this day. How do you feel about a hunt up in the mountains? With soldiers surrounding the town, are you sure it's safe? They're surrounding the peasants. The Duke knows I support the abbot, as always. You and I aren't in danger, Andreas. If we want to hunt, we can hunt. I'm investigating Otto's murder. A hunt hardly seems appropriate. It would help. I can tell you what I know, and I know a fair deal. What do you know? No, come hunting with me, and I'll tell you. All right, fine. Wonderful. You'll have to leave the boy behind, though. He's slowest down. I understand. Caspar, you stay here with Paul until we return. All right, master. Oof. Huh. Huh. How's the climb suiting you, Mailer?
It's a bit more challenging than I was expecting.
The worst is over. There's only a little way to go. Rest for a moment and let me know when you're ready to continue. I can see all of Tassing and Curacao from here. I'll probably have enough for a quick sketch. Despite all of Tassing's trouble, it looks peaceful from up here. Why is this so hard? It's like my mind just wants to stop my hand. I can't even draw something as beautiful as this valley. Unless, what a waste of time. Snow in June in some parts of the Alps. The snow doesn't melt until late summer. Look, you can see the Duke's soldiers getting in formation around the town. Peter has no idea what he's gotten the peasants into. Come nightfall, it'll be too late. Only if I can find Otto's killer before then. Ah yes, of course. All that space devoted to fields. It's a pity we need the peasants to work them. Why do you hate peasants so much? I'd say they're worthless, but they do necessary labor, I suppose. Even so, they're filthy brutes, idiots to the last, fit only for toil. It's hard to really think of them as people. How do you develop such a contempt for them? My father taught me that if you try to help a peasant, they'll only drag you down into their muck, like a dumb cow stuck in the mud. It's best to leave them to their fate. Still, their women are of some value. Don't misunderstand me, they're as stupid as men, but they do have some charms. When they're young, of course, they age like buttermilk in the sun. Ha ha ha. What does it matter to you if you're married? What does that matter to you? You're a married man. Andreas, marriage is for raising children, keeping a household. There's nothing wrong with enjoying fruit from the tree of another man's yard from our time to time. Given your contempt for them, I'm surprised any peasant woman would lay with you. Their husbands are fumbling oafs, fat, ugly, and stupid. Some of them don't even know what the touch of a real man should feel like until I've been with them. As for the rest, they're as easy to convince when there's a poor harvest year or when they're behind on their taxes. So you force them. It's their choice. No one's being forced to do anything. Starve or sleep with you. What a twisted way of looking at the world. You're jealous of showing Mailer. The truth is, they all want to be with me. They just need an excuse to ease their conscience. Something I'm sure you've never been burdened with. I don't need Father Thomas to tell me when to feel guilty, Andreas. Neither do you. Well, that's enough talk for now. Are you ready to head up? Yeah, let's go. Deer come through this clearing at all times of the year. There's a natural blind up ahead. We can watch from there. I have to admit, I didn't think much of you when we were here last in Tassing. Poor artist and all that. That's interesting because I didn't think much of you either. Don't act like we're not alike, Mailer. We're both made something of ourselves. 7 years ago, you were boarding in a rundown peasant hovel. Now you're a master running your own workshop in Nuremberg. Yes, he has a wheel lock. Men like us make our own fortune. Didn't your father build the mill? The old mill. I built this one, the only windmill in Bavaria. With his fortune? You're missing the point. We built something for ourselves. No, your daddy did, dude. Peter Gertner will toil the same field his father did until he drops. Big Jord will do the same. Peasant asks for the world, but they can't even comprehend what's outside of their tiny plot of land. Where's this conversation leading? This rebellion by the farmers, it won't go anywhere. Whether it ends peacefully or violently, they won't win. If they need a scapegoat for Otto's death, look to Martin Bauer. Why would he want to kill Otto? Martin didn't want to support Otto's little rebellion. He was quite happy with the way things were. Something changed recently. I think Otto learned something about Martin that Martin didn't want to get out. It was dire enough to change Martin from resisting Otto to wholeheartedly supporting him in the front of the town. That's it? What evidence is there? Find some. The Ottos found out. Others must know, at least have some suspicions. Shh! Get down! He's here. See him? You lead, I follow. Hmm. Oops! You missed my head by inches. I heard the ball fly past my head. Better than hearing it hit the back of your hearing it hit the back of your skull. I'll admit it's not the most accurate weapon, but if it hits the target in the end. What a privilege, not getting my head blown off by a hunting partner. Oh, relax, Mailer, you're fine. Let's just find the stag. He couldn't have gone far. If I'd known the drop in the weapon. It's not dead yet. It looks like we both wounded it, but not enough. It's easy enough to kill a dumb beast when it's helpless. You seem to take pleasure in overpowering helpless creatures. It's the nature of the wolf to feed upon sheep. You're a miller, you make flour. Hey, I'm a miller with a gun! Now then, let's find a long stick to carry the deer. It was a good hunt. Thank you for coming with me. I went with you hoping you'd tell me something useful about Otto's death. And I did. Maybe it wasn't what you wanted, but I don't really care about what you want. Think about what I said about Martin. I'm not going to say anything. Fine, have it your way. Good luck, Andreas Mailer. Everyone will be waiting to hear my evidence now. Yep, time to head to town. Fucking you, I know it, Thomas. Son of a bread biscuit. Alright, let's go to the town. We don't have much time, so let's get this over with. I know some of you are frightened, some of you want to give up, but we have to see this through. Maybe we can't get what we've been fighting for, but we can get justice for Otto. That's right, for Otto, justice. Dad, what about the Duke's soldiers? They've been getting closer all day. I know. That's why we have to do this now, before it's too late. All we need now is for Andreas to tell us who did it. No more stalling, Andreas. We need to know who killed Otto, and we need to know now. Come, Andreas. Can Andreas even tell us the truth? Of course I can. Finding the culprit is all I've been doing since you chased the monks into the library. I'll tell you so that justice can be served, not so you can fulfill your revenge. What? Why not? I didn't lie 7 years ago, and I'm not going to start now. Of course I can. Finding the culprit is all I've been doing since you chased the monks in the library. Peace, peace. If Andreas names the guilty party, they should face the law, not the mob. I'm not debating this, Ulrich. We're out of time. Acting now is the only way to get justice. We can't let anything stop us. Andreas. A name, Andreas. Give us a name. We'll do the rest. She made it, everyone. She made it. Rachel gave birth to a baby girl. Rachel, Longfinger. Her. Thank you, Longfinger. Quiet! Quiet!
Everyone needs to stay back and give Rachel space.
Ah, yes, Agnes, of course.
All is well, praise God.
Safe and sound, the baby girl. Barak HaShalom. With everyone going on and everything that could have happened. God be praised. Thank God. Such a blessing. Thanks be to God indeed. Peter, I'm sorry. I can't keep supporting you anymore. I understand your cause, but I need to protect my daughter and keep my friends safe. I've already lost Mary and Bert. I can't bear to lose anyone else. If bowing to the Duke's wishes will protect us, I'll do it gladly. I believe in the cause, Peter, but not at any cost of any more violence. You're making the right decision, Klaus. Lives. This is a stressful time for us all. Please excuse me, everyone. I need a moment to myself. Maybe he's right. This is too much. Right about what? Your safety? Maybe violence isn't the answer. This matter isn't so straightforward.
How can you all so easily give up?
That soldier said the Duke would consider concessions for our town if we released the abbot. Surely that will be enough. It may be enough to approach the Duke's soldiers, especially if you let the abbot go. There will be room in the law to allow a peaceful resolution. We should trust Andreas' expertise and judgment, and trust in the law as well as force as well. Force will not solve anything. Letting the abbot go will be justice, wouldn't it, if he's not the one who killed Otto?
You townsfolk don't understand. Letting the abbot go won't fix anything.
We can't get the concessions we need. All peasants will starve and die in the end, and then where will Tassing be? Besides, Otto's death needs to be vindicated. Don't walk away from this now, Ulrich. I have not swayed from the cause, Peter. Rest assured. But Ulrich, isn't your fight. Gret, is it moral and Christian to stand with the peasants? I cannot do otherwise. Damn you all. Such behavior is reckless and cruel, especially right now. Get out of here. Get out, all of you. Let Rachel rest. Yes, Agnes, we'll go now. Andreas, we're not done. We must still find justice for Otto before the Duke's soldiers arrive. Yes, let's continue this outside. No more stalling, no more interruptions. Tell us what you know, Andreas. Give us a name. Give us a name, or the monks can burn along with their precious books. Remember your promise. You'll let them go and you won't hurt them. Yes, I remember, but first you need to give us what we want. Tell us. I have one more condition. Damn it, Mailer. We don't have time for this. Let Caspar leave. He doesn't have to be wrapped up in this mess. What? Leave? Yes, fine. The boy can leave. It's not his fight. Please, Caspar, I couldn't live with myself if something happened to you. Oh. No, no, Master Andreas, I won't leave you. I know you don't want to, but you have to. Find a way back to Salzburg, back to your family. Please. Master Andreas, you'll teach me again when this is all over, right? Of course, Caspar. I'll be right behind you. All right, I'll see you soon, Master.
Who killed Otto?
It has to be Guy.
It was Brother Guy.
Doing the abbot's bidding? Maybe we'll be burning down the abbey after all.
No, Guy acted alone.
He was stealing money from the abbey. Otto tried to see Guy's ledger at the scriptorium. When Guy refused, Otto said he'd see it one way or another. So he panicked. One way or another, he'd be caught either way by Otto or the abbot. Only a few days ago, Guy hid some of his stolen money in one of the jars of the, or sold money in one of the sisters' herbs. One of the sisters identified him and saw the stolen money with my own eyes. It was a small fortune. It sounds like the brothers learned their greed from the abbot. I found a book in the abbatory and confirmed it was Brother Guy who brought it there. The book was a manual of magic. Guy had marked a section he could use to cast a spell on Otto. Magic? God protect us! We won't touch the others, Andreas, but if Brother Guy killed Otto, we need to face justice. All right, Peter, we've heard Andreas out, but the accused should all be allowed to defend themselves. I've heard enough. We're getting Guy. Search the abbey for Brother Guy. Was he with the other monks? What if they're protecting him? Quickly, get to the scriptorium. I saw Guy running out of the church just now. He was headed towards Leonhardt's mill. Let's go! Go after him! Stay back, brutes! This won't end well for any of you. Brother Guy has my protection, and I won't hesitate to shoot you like the animals you are. Stay away from my fucking mill. And you, Andreas, I thought you might have learned something from our little chat. It seems you really are as pathetic as the rest of this lot. You're an asshole, Earnhardt. You always had the wrong ideas about the peasants. I never agreed with you. Just give us the murder, Earnhardt. Don't make things worse. I don't want to be wrapped up in this. Yeah, just give us the murder, Earnhardt. Don't make things worse. Fuck you, Andreas. I thought you had a backbone, but you're just a spineless bastard. Else take the boy and go. You don't need to be involved in this. No, else, don't you dare to sue me. Paul, you hear me? Your mother, get back inside. I'm not staying here any longer. I'm taking Mom and we're leaving somewhere far away from you. You'll regret this, boy. I won't be responsible for how your life turns out if you leave. Learnhardt, let them go. They've lived under your rule long enough. I should have expected this from you, Paul. You've always been a sad excuse for a son. And else, if you do this, you won't find anyone else to love you, else. Longfinger, of course we know who else is. But we had to Longfinger the option. You'll be a feckless old crone like that Ottilia else. It's over, Lornhart. They're gone. You're not so high and mighty now, are you? You're going to lose everything just like us. Give up, Mueller. There's more than us than you in the mill, and you can't shoot us all. Give us that dirty monk, you bastard. I didn't do anything. You have to believe me. I have nothing against Otto, nothing against the peasants. I'm on your side. You're a liar and a thief and a murderer. And now you'll pay for it. You're all mad. This isn't how the law works, and you know it. Your blabbering will change nothing. You've never given a damn about the law, or justice, or propriety, or fucking decency one day in your life, Leonhardt. Ha! You've let me have my way for years, Peter, and done all shit about it. You've never stood up for anything, and you won't get away further today, coward. Peter, Leonhardt, please, let us search for peace tonight. Such language is not Christian. Coward, am I? Come down here and face me like a man, you piece of shite. Please, everyone, calm down. We can still talk this out. Violence is not the answer, Peter. You can't blame the man, Ulrich. Force is all Peter and his family knows. It certainly worked with his Christine. How fucking dare you even speak her name, much less suggest. Yep. Leonhardt, you killed him. Murder! You monster! Burn him! Make him pay! Justice! You've been a menace in this town long enough, Leonhardt. But murder? You've brought this on yourself. Let both of the murderers die together. Yep. Andreas, troops are advancing on the town. We need to go now. We must let the abbot out so we can talk to the Duke's soldiers. If we don't get the abbot out, he won't be able to stop the soldiers. Precisely, let's go. Yeah, it's a mill with grain dust inside. It's probably gonna go forump. Father Abbot, you can come out. The peasants won't hurt you now. Really? Why? Andreas found the killer and justice has been dispensed. Peter has been kept to his word. Are you sure? Please, Father. Abbot, the Duke's soldiers have surrounded the town. We have to show them you're in no danger, that the peasants aren't holding you captive. We don't want any more bloodshed, Father. Oh, thank God. It's over. Finally. What happened to the mill? Is anyone hurt? We saw a fire. And where's Brother Guy? What's happened to him? Peter, stop. You've got your justice. You swore you wouldn't harm the abbot or the brothers, remember? I did. No one else needs to die tonight. The abbot can talk to the Duke's herald. You held Leonhardt responsible for his actions. We can convince the Duke that what happened tonight was justice. Otto is dead. Ulrich is dead. We can work through this, Peter. Hope is not lost. Everything can go back to the way it was before. Right, the way it was before. Like nothing ever happened. Peter! Motherfucker. What is it? What did you do? Dad. God save us. He's lit the manuscripts. Nothing's ever going to change. The books! Dad, what did you do? We need to get to the water, to the sister's well, quickly, before it spreads. Peter, the soldiers are in the abbey. They're coming this way. We need to save as many of the books as we can. No, we need to get out of here. God save us. Ah, get out, get out. Dad, we have to go. Andreas, the fucking books. I know you love them, but no, why? Andreas, let's go. Don't worry, I saved as many books as I could. I'm sorry, I can't. Andreas!
That's an actual manuscript for a fighting manuscript. Oh shit. Hey, Z-Wander. Oh shit, Andreas. Yep. Andreas, the fuck, man? Yeah, it was the ox stand pose from the poster. To all interested parties regarding investment made into Andres Mailer, artist of Nuremberg, for the creation of the mural in the Church of Our Lady. The Chamber Court upholds the ruling that Nuremberg City Court and Council in 1526 and 1527, respectively, all claimants signed contracts containing clauses under which their investment could be returned. As Andreas Mailer's death indisputably resulted from a greater power, a contractually exemption circumstance, his estate cannot be held liable. In the interest of famine liberty, his widow Sabine retains all contested investments. The 15th day of February, Anno Domini, 1534. Feels good to be getting cold early this year, doesn't it? At my age, it feels like the cold comes early every year. But we need this chill for the leaves to fall and the galls with them. A parasitic growth which develops on oak trees caused by wasps laying their eggs under the tree bark. Oak galls were traditionally harvested and distilled into iron ink used in manuscripts. What do you want to climb the St. Trees to pull them off? Ha! Even in my youth that would have been required divine intervention. No, thank you. I'll stay here on the ground and wait patiently for the Lord to deliver. Don't you have ink back in your father's shop, though? For the press he has delivered, this is just for my drawings. Besides, sometimes it feels nice to do things the old way. An old way it is, I should have known. Otts. Hey, Mag, Sister Gertrude. God bless you, Master Zimmerman. Magdine, I told you not to call me that. What, Mags? Why? People call me Otts. You don't see me complaining. It's not even a name, it's a valley. You like being called Otts. Right, so why are you being so stuck up? Master Zimmerman, would you call Mary Magdalene a witness to our Lord's death and resurrection Mags? I guess not. Then it seems only fitting you should call Mistress Druckerin by her full Christian name. All right, sorry, sister. Sorry, Mags. Magdalene. Anyway, your dad wants to see you. What? Why? Isn't he at the Wrath House? He is. He wants you to grab his mural sketches and bring them. Ugh, fine, I suppose this is enough galls for now. I was just about finished too. God bless you both. Don't be long, Magdalene. The council's waiting on this. Not sure why this falls on me, but I suppose I better get going. I think my dad left the Rathos plan on his workshop bench at home, next to the printing press. Grabbed the mural plans.
Man, I don't know how much of this game is left, so I'm actually gonna have to call it here, and I guess we'll pick up uh, next week. Huh. Actually, let me just do a quick search. Um, what is this called? Pentiment uh, length after chapter 2. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call it here, I guess. We'll finish it up next week. Does the game actually tell you if you're right about Guy? I don't know if it does or not. That's a good question. It's vague on purpose, yeah. All three have the same reaction. All right. Yeah. I personally believe that Father Thomas is the murderer. He, like I said, he fits all the hallmarks. He is the one who has the ability, he has the location, he has the knowledge, um, he has the inside knowledge. He knows everyone's secrets. Everyone confesses to him. He writes those little notes that is rare. The other monks have information they're not sharing. He's If you looked at how his wording when he listened to confessions, it like he already knew, and he was always very angry that people were kept sinning. He had knowledge of previous interactions and different riots, and so he was trying to prevent another riot, another slaughter, which he was firsthand. He had reason to hate the Baron because he was protecting the sisters and probably the evil things that he's done and he's listened to through confession. Yeah, it just had to be Brother Thomas. There's really just no one else fits that bill, and that's something I would bet money on. But that's my opinion. It's still pretty vague, but I hope everyone had a wonderful evening this Wednesday. I had a lot of fun streaming it. We will definitely see about picking this up next week. I was pretty sure we'd get it at the end, but I guess not. Uh, so everyone, I want you to have a wonderful night. This has been AK Lone Wolf with WBPL 76. Everyone, stay classy and stay pentiment.